Well, while we've been talking to you, Will, we've been watching what is just a little opening ceremony that they have before the European finals, before the Champions League final. It's nothing over long. It's just very quickly done, and it's been very neatly done as well here, with dozens and dozens of young women portraying the sea, and dozens of young men portraying sailors, because of course Portugal, Lisbon, has this great maritime history, and that's what it's been about. And in the end, the sailors pulled their ropes, and a huge image of the European Cup itself was lifted towards the roof of the Estadio de Luz, in which we sit here. The teams have walked out and are standing side by side, either side of the halfway line, and a choir is singing the Champions League theme. If you're watching on the television, you probably think that it is sun-kissed and beautifully warm here in Lisbon tonight. And I mean, it is a lovely evening. When we look up above our heads here through the gap between the stands roofs, we can just see blue sky, not a single cloud in it. And the red metalwork on top of the roofs is etched very sharply against that blue sky. But when you're in Lisbon, there's always a wind that blows in off the North Atlantic, and it has just got a little edge to it, so it's quite a chilly evening. But I think, Chris Waddle, that'll make for decent conditions for the match, don't you?
Yeah, the players will enjoy it. It's a bit blowy, as you said, and both teams now getting their team focus as Atletico break away around with just getting theirs done. And this is what they've been waiting for, you know, all the stuff you just saw, the singing, and the fans have had the banners out and the big cup and the display. The players will be anonymous to them. They just want to focus, get the game started, and let's see what happens.
Well, the two captains are just either side of the halfway line now. On this side of the field, the dressing room side of the ground, Iker Casillas, who has played in 2 Champions League winning finals for Real Madrid, is just shaking hands with Gabi, who's very much the heartbeat of this Atletico Madrid side. The BBC's World Service joins us here inside the stadium in Lisbon for the Champions League final, and we are almost ready for the off on 5 Live at the World Service. The teams in full then. Real Madrid with Casillas in goal, back 4 of Carvajal, Varane, Sergio Ramos and Coentrao. In midfield, Sami Khedira, who's missed a large chunk of this season through injury. He's only just come back. He plays instead of the suspended Alonso, with Di Maria and Modric either side of him. Then the BBC front line of Bale, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo. And the Atletico Madrid side, Courtois in goal on loan from Chelsea, of course, Juanfran, Godin, Miranda and Luiz, Raul Garcia, Thiago, Gabi and Koke, with Diego Costa and David Villa up front. We're ready. The referee is the Dutchman, Bjorn Kuipers, who refereed the Europa League final, which was won by Chelsea at the end of last season. He gets the signal, and the 2014 Champions League final begins, with Real Madrid kicking off, all in white, playing from right to left against Atletico Madrid, their city rivals, in the red and white first choice kit, the striped shirts, blue shorts and red and white socks. And here we are watching the first single city final in any of the European club competitions. It's a Madrid derby here in the Portuguese capital. It's Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid, and it is Sergio Ramos for Real Madrid, who just steps across halfway inside his own half and gives it to Carvajal. And here's Benzema. We have to keep an eye on his fitness. He certainly was touch and goal. Ball on the right hand side with Bale, who tries to find a way through, but just crowded out by the excellent defenders of Atletico Madrid, and it's cleared away to the halfway line. So 0-0. Say the excellent defenders. Atletico have conceded only 6 goals in the Champions League this season in their 12 matches. They lose possession here, but it's overrun down the right-hand side by Carvajal. Chris Waddle.
Very bright start. Real Madrid. Atletico's come at the blocks quick, closing them down, but Real Madrid seemed the team who's going to dominate possession. Gareth Bale, as soon as he picked it up, he had a little 1-2 with Benzema, and you thought, go on, one-on-one. Within seconds, there was 2-3 red shirts showing them. They're not going to let Bale and Ronaldo do what they want tonight.
And initially, Ronaldo started on the left-hand side here, and Gareth Bale, what a way to end your first season with the club that made you the most expensive player ever in a Champions League final. But it is on the left-hand side now with Di Maria. Then back it comes to Fabio Coentrão, one of the 3 Portuguese players on the field from the start here tonight in the Portuguese capital. Ball out to Carvajal, who's really come through for Real Madrid, the right back, but it comes to nothing. And it is David Villa who is fouled 10 yards inside his own half. So it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid. Mention the fact that Casillas is a Champions League winner. The only other Champions League winner in the Real Madrid side is Cristiano Ronaldo, whereas 7 of this team, this Atletico Madrid team, played when they won the Europa League a couple of years ago. And okay, it's the Europa League, but played in a winning European final. And of course Villa is out there, David Villa, who's won the Champions League with Barcelona. Here is Real Madrid, but Khedira loses it. Then Varane comes forward. Varane, who started in place of the Inter Pepe, and then Ronaldo is heavily challenged, shall we say, on the halfway line by Miranda. Ronaldo goes down, doesn't like it, quickly up on his feet. Free kick, Real Madrid.
He knew what he was doing, Miranda. Look, he comes in the back, elbow in the back of Ronaldo, and really, I hate that saying when they say it's too early to give a yellow card. A yellow card to me is a yellow card, and he should have given one.
Yeah, that was typical strong defending from Atletico Madrid, from Miranda. It's right on the limit in terms of whether it should have been a yellow card or not. Certainly 20 minutes in or more, I suspect the referee might have shown Miranda the yellow card, but he knew what he was doing. Wily defending from Miranda. I'm rather surprised he's actually only on the standby list for the Brazilian World Cup squad, Miranda. Here it is to Diego Costa, who does well, a couple of touches, lays it off, back to Diego Costa, who passes it out towards the right-hand side here, but it's lost by Raul Garcia, and now Coentrão brings it forward. He's got a lot of work to do here, and he's crowded out in the end. And indeed, in the end, the referee's played advantage. And otherwise, it would have been an Atletico free kick. Up it goes to David Villa, who's challenged by Ramos, but advances down for Real Madrid.
Watch Ramos's challenges as well, because he knew he had one thing in his mind there as well. That wasn't going for the ball.
Well, of all his various sendings off, 19 I think it is for Real Madrid, a couple of them have been against Atletico. Here's Ronaldo now, first time for a couple of tricks from him. A little shimmy, a little flick, and he knocked it in field. Carvajal now on the right-hand side as the noise swirls around the Estadio de Luz. Deep cross from him, but Ronaldo just runs into the defender, Juan Fran, goes to ground, looks at the referee, but it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's good defending. He knew what he was doing. As the ball was played, he just got on the lane of Ronaldo, who's focused on the ball, just cuts him off. I'm getting a replay here. He knew exactly what he was doing. The referee hasn't bought it.
Rightly so. And it is Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 0, here in Lisbon, on 5 Live. And at half-time, incidentally, we are going to be hearing from Harry Redknapp and Johnny Wilkinson after their winning day already today on what's been such a huge day of sport. We have brought you QPR's victory live from Wembley. We brought you the Toulon victory live from Cardiff. And here we are live in Lisbon, bringing you Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final. Khedira just took a bash there, but he's okay, he's back on his feet. And here's Carvajal now bringing it forward to Benzema. Little trick from Benzema, but it will run through to Courtois, who can slide out and gather the ball with Bale arriving.
I've been very impressed with Carvajal, the right back, since he got into the side. Terrific pace, and I remember watching him against Frank Ribery in the semi-final. Frank Ribery did not get a kick.
0-0, 5 minutes played, and that little piece of work from Courtois is the first from either goalkeeper so far. Here's Juan Fran's ball forward. Sergio Ramos heads it down. Modric, blonde hair, trailing behind him. But Real lose possession. Coentrao, but then Modric is there to win it back and pass it forward towards Ronaldo, who wasn't able to give it back to Modric. Nice piece of footwork from Gabi. Now Raul Garcia plays it forward. No Arda Turan for Atletico Madrid tonight. If you just joined us at kickoff, he has been ruled out injured. And now Khedira, who is playing instead of the suspended Alonso. He can only be a loss, Alonso, can't he, for Real Madrid, Chris?
Yeah, great positional sense, and people forget what a great passer of the ball he is. Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, when we talk about Gabi being the heartbeat of Atletico Madrid, I think Alonso is likewise for Real Madrid. Bale has just fouled Felipe Luis here.
Alonso, Khedira's come in, I think, a little bit more on Modric tonight, because it's not Khedira's game to do what Alonso does.
Yes, the feeling yesterday was that Iaramendi
should have played for me.
But no, Ancelotti went with Khedira. Greater experience, you might say. Gabi plays this free kick in. It's headed across. Villa was after it. Headed away by Varane. Comes out to Diego Costa, trying to force a way through, but he's forced wider, really. And then actually gets a fortunate break of the ball, Diego Costa. And the ball bounces behind off. I wasn't sure whether it was Khedira or Diego Costa, but the assistant behind the goal was right there and said goal kick.
It was a very good set piece. It was a goal kick. We're in a replay. Good decision. They actually do work them people behind the goal sometimes. But no, I like the good set piece up by Atletico Madrid. One everybody thought was going to go far post, reversed it. Good header across the goal, and they are very dangerous set pieces, Atletico.
Yeah, well, that was a high foot there by Godin on the halfway line, but play continues. Real Madrid have got it. Here is Khedira, plays it back into his own half. Yeah, I think something like, I think it was 40%, wasn't it, of Atletico Madrid's goals in the knockout stages have come from set pieces. Ball swirled in from the left-hand side by Di Maria, but headed away coolly by Godin on the edge of his box. The Uruguayan central defender Godin, who scored that all-important goal just a week ago in the Nou Camp, when Atletico Madrid won the league title. Remarkable achievement to finish ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid. 3 points ahead of them both in the end, in that 1-1 draw in the Nou Camp. And now they're trying to win the European Cup for the first time, whereas Real Madrid, their city rivals, are trying to win it for the 10th time, as they never tire of telling us. Here's Sergio Ramos forward towards Khedira now, and it didn't take much of a contact to send Khedira down from David Villa. Free kick.
You've got to say Real Madrid look far more comfortable in possession, player for player. You've got to give Atletico. He's gone. I knew one would go.
Adrian Lopez is going to replace Diego Costa after less than 9 minutes, and Diego Costa races off the pitch. It was a gamble. It was undoubtedly a gamble to play Diego Costa, and he just has not been able to figure at all. The injury has beaten him, and so Diego Simeone has made that calculated decision. He may have had to use one of his substitutes, and that's exactly what's happened.
Well, all these injuries we heard about, John, before, it's amazing. I thought there's got to be one, if not two, will feel the pace. It's such a competitive game, a final. It's a high tempo, a lot of demand. End of the season.
And it was done very swiftly, wasn't it? There was a point in centre field, I don't know whether you noticed, Chris, where Diego Costa tried to just pass the ball at close quarters and just seemed to almost freeze as he played it.
When he was chasing down this right-hand side and Ramos had it, he started running away with it. He looked at the dugout then, when he had to chase Ramos. He looked back at the dugout and sort of give a signal.
However, Adrian is on, the number 7, to play up front. He, you'll remember, was the man who scored the first goal against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the second leg of the semi-final. And Diego Simeone was very cool about it last night when he was asked. He said, look, if they don't make it, Arda Turan and Diego Costa, he said, I've got players who are ready to come in and take their places.
Well, that's why you've got a squad, and yes, but you still like your better players out there.
Exactly. So Diego Costa lasts less than 9 minutes, and they've already had to make a change. Still Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid here in Lisbon on 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. And goal kick for Real Madrid that's taken by Casillas. Bounces up, and Ronaldo, quite heavily challenged by Raul Garcia. Ronaldo makes a lot of it, and then it's put out of play by Raul Garcia, who then just gestures towards Ronaldo as if to say, what are you doing? And Ronaldo here is using sign language to Bjorn Kuipers, the referee, just to say, that's the second time I've been badly buffeted.
Well, it was a free kick. Well, it wasn't as bad as he made out, but it was a free kick.
Exactly so. However, Ancelotti as well was up from his seat, running forward, waving his arms on the edge of the coaching area. So, they're aware that this is clearly an Atletico tactic. Diego Simeone said yesterday, the thing we want to do is prevent Ronaldo from getting as much of the ball as we can. And now Coentrão has thrown himself to the ground after Raúl Garcia. Again, minimal contact there.
You don't want to see this come into the game. But listen, we know Atletico are more physical than Real Madrid. But, yes, if it's a foul, let the referee see it and deal with it. You don't want everybody start diving all over the place.
I don't even think that was a foul. It's 0-0. Here is Benzema. So after Diego Costa lasted less than 9 minutes, let's see how long Benzema lasts in this game. Here's Di Maria now. Di Maria curls the ball in. That's a good-looking ball. It actually had too much on it and went beyond both of the Real Madrid players, Ronaldo and Benzema, who are trying to reach it. Goal kick. 0-0.
We know Di Maria's got a good left foot. That was a good ball, as you say, John. Good pace on it. Just slightly overhit it.
That's Chris Waddle, who played in the final of this competition in his Marseille days, and we're watching these two Madrid sides and their supporters creating an excellent atmosphere in the ground. That was a feature, wasn't it, when you and I were there for both of the semi-finals on consecutive nights in Madrid. Here is Raúl Garcia, who tries a shot from way out on the right-hand side that just sails away over Casillas' bar for a goal kick. The Atletico fans for the Chelsea game, we all remarked on it that night, didn't we? Were absolutely wonderful. And I felt the next night the Real Madrid fans responded. And sometimes you come to these big finals and the atmosphere is a little bit of a letdown. That was never going to be the case here tonight with these city rivals involved. Here's Miranda at the back for Atletico. Plays it forward. And then Villa heads it off. Strong challenge from Carvajal, played up towards Benzema. Miranda was in strongly now. Raúl Garcia has gone down, but he's back up onto his feet quickly as Di Maria plays it through. Courtois comes out though, and just commandingly drops down and clutches the ball as Benzema arrives.
Well, I've just looked at Raúl Garcia there. It was a good challenge. Di Maria wins it. He goes down and you think, oh my God, he looks really bad. Referee says play on. He jumps up and says, yeah, I'm alright.
That's the way it is though, isn't it? Almost quarter of an hour played, and it's 0-0. And now another free kick. And it is a worry that we were going to see this sort of game.
Well, that's what we did.
A derby match, as it were. Free kick to Real Madrid, and Sergio Ramos will play it all the way back to Casillas on this lovely sunlit evening here in Lisbon, in this great stadium, wonderful stadium, which was built for Euro 2004, you'll remember, staged the final, as the ball is played through the middle for Adrian, but Casillas is quickly out of his penalty area to volley it away out towards the right-hand side, and the ball bounces out and over the advertising hoardings for a throw-in to Atletico Madrid, playing in their first European Cup final for 40 years. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area to Villa against Varane. Villa with his head down, just touches it back behind him to Thiago, the Portuguese on the Atletico side, but Thiago overhits his pass and it's through out of play next to the corner flag for another goal kick to Real.
Well, I think it's gone as we thought, John, to be honest. Real Madrid are trying to get the ball down and play. Atletico are stopping them playing, working very hard, creating very little, but they are stopping Real Madrid once they get over the halfway line. We're not seeing anything of Ronaldo. Gareth Bale, for me, has touched the ball about 3 times, can't get in the game. He's going to have to wander around a little bit. He's not getting any joy out on that right wing.
Yep. 0-0, Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 0, and Real in possession inside their own half. And now both sets of supporters responding to one another. The Real supporters in the end to our right, that's white, and it's red and white at the other end. Here's Coentrão for the whites, Los Merengues as they call them, but they lose possession, and Gabi now is, well, I thought he was fouled by Coentrão. He was. It's a free kick, and now Coentrão and Gabi face up to one another. Gabi just reacts there. Simeone, who's just the other side of the white line off the pitch, he just tried to calm things down, the Atletico coach, and Bjorn Kuipers has just done that. Nothing silly from him either. He's just going to let that lie. And I see Raul Garcia just having a little word with Coentrao down there as well. So it's a free kick and no more than that.
Well, I think the referee so far has handled pretty well, hasn't he? Could easily got a card out on a couple of occasions.
Free kick though to Atletico from inside their own half. Miranda, the shaven-headed Miranda, hits it down the right flank. And Coentrao gets up to head it out of play. Coentrao, who was a Benfica player at one time, just like Thiago on the opposite side tonight, and an offside flag against Atletico and Sergio Ramos with a free kick. I think it's a great choice of venue for the Champions League final this season for a number of reasons, not least of which is that it just feels like we're turning the page towards Brazil and the World Cup. Here are Atletico, played for towards Adrian, but miscontrolled it, and Sergio Ramos was able to come across behind him and whack it out of play on the far side. One of the reasons that they chose Lisbon is that it is actually marking the centenary of the Portuguese Football Federation, but I think the reason that it is most appropriate is that, of course, this is a season in which European football, world football, lost one of the absolute greats in Eusebio, who you'll remember died earlier this year. And his statue outside the ground, I know you haven't had a chance to see it, Chris, but I can tell you the statue of Eusebio has been boxed off in a big Perspex glass case, and it is bedecked with shirts and scarves from all around the world, and someone also has put a crown on its head because, of course, they called him the King, Eusebio. Well, it is the Portuguese Coentrao in possession. I think that's possibly another reason that Ronaldo will feel that he really wants to perform here tonight, you know, almost a tribute to Eusebio.
He can't get in the game at the minute. You've got to say Real Madrid have had the ball at the back four and in the middle of the park, but once they've gone forward, Atletico do a very good job at stopping them.
Carvajal back to Modric. Modric evades the challenge from David Villa, who has dropped back at every opportunity. Now Khedira lifted into the penalty area, but that's way above Benzema. Gave him no chance and just bounced through for a goal kick. 0-0.
Well, it's just getting them players to, you know, you want Ronaldo higher up the field. He's coming deep. He's getting very closely marked. We know that, but he's coming too deep. Gareth Bale just can't get the serve. He can't get in the game. He's stood on that right-hand side. Benzema very tightly marked. You know, and they need Modric or Di Maria to break forward a little bit more and try and help them out. 18 minutes played, and the greatest thing of significance is the fact that Diego Costa had to be substituted after less than 9 minutes. And Benzema was probably fouled here, but Di Maria's taken it on, so the referee's played advantage. But again, excellent defending from Miranda, who is able to come across and dispossess the Argentine Di Maria. And now it's Gabi, who just chips it forward away from Coentrao. But Adrian's ball back to Gabi gave him no chance. Coentrao now. Simeone's doing his normal thing, hopping and skipping about on the edge of his coaching area, and the ball finds its way all the way back to Casillas. Casillas clearing from inside his penalty area, comes back through for Villa, who lifts it forward beyond Khedira, but again Real Madrid deal with that, and Casillas just passes it out from the back. So Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 0. And Arsene Wenger's actually sitting 4 seats to our left. He's in between us and the Romanian commentators. Here's Coentrao, long left-footed ball into the penalty area, but it's taken easily by Courtois, the goalkeeper. Of course, we'll be seeing a lot of Arsene Wenger on our travels around Brazil, I'm sure, when I know he's going to be working for French television over there. Here's Felipe Luis, kills the ball in towards the edge of the penalty area, but Coentrao did his job against Adrian. Here's Juan Fran, not really been able to get forward, Juan Fran, just yet in the game. Likewise Felipe Luis on the other side. No, and Gareth Bale's come to the left, Ronaldo's gone to the right, Benzema's staying down the middle, but Gareth Bale now is jogging in towards the right again, Ronaldo's coming back to the left. They just can't get the ball to them in the areas they want.
20 minutes played. I've not made a note yet in terms of a goal-scoring opportunity. As I say, only the injury to Diego Costa, or the fact that he wasn't able to complete the first 10 minutes, is the greatest thing of significance. Ball played into the middle. That's where Ronaldo is at the moment, in the centre circle. Godin comes across. Little Thiago just dispossessed him, it was. Now Bale on the right-hand side. Bale on his left foot. Back onto his right, corner of the penalty area, gives it out to Carvajal, cross deflected, but deflected into the hands, the black gloves of Courtois, who catches.
That's the best we've seen, really. Gareth Bale getting on the ball, doing a trick, going across to his left, back onto his right. The ball eventually comes in, but very easy for the goalkeeper.
So 0-0 it is. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Arsene Wenger is there in Sao Paulo when you and I will be commentating on the opening game of Brazil 2014. 5 Live will be the home of Brazil 2014 when we'll bring you game after game after game on 5 Live. It should be a tremendous experience. And listen to us on 5 Live via your digital radio or via your iPlayer radio as well. You want to get that sorted out for the World Cup because some of the games will be very late, possibly after you've gone to bed. Here's Ronaldo, ball to Coentrao on the left-hand side. Now here's Di Maria. Di Maria escapes away from Raul Garcia, and then challenge from Gabi on Di Maria. And even though Coentrao had taken it on, the referee had whistled and given the free kick. Well, Coentrao wanted the advantage there, and you can understand why.
Well, that's a hard decision by the referee. There was two red and white striped shirts, and he blew on it. And listen, it was a free kick, but Coentrao takes it on, and yes, he's moaning about it, but the referee got that right.
Right, set piece chance for Real Madrid. So Sergio Ramos is up there. In very good goal-scoring form, Sergio Ramos. Remember the 2 goals in the second leg against Bayern Munich. Ronaldo is there, of course, as well. Just the 50 goals this season so far for Real Madrid. Ronaldo. It's a 2-man wall. Di Maria and Modric. One of those two to play it in. Modric, right-footed, does play it in towards Courtois, far too close to the on-loan Chelsea goalkeeper. And we're halfway through the first half here in this Champions League final. And it is very 0-0, Alan Green.
The atmosphere is brilliant. The game isn't. Neither goalkeepers had a save to make. Courtois has dived on the ball a couple of times and caught it a couple of times. Nothing else. But I would have thought, despite the fact that he's lost Diego Costa, Simeone will be quite happy with the way his Atletico Madrid side is playing here. They've got a grip on Real. Anytime Real remotely threaten.
Oh, playing very well. You've got Ramos at the back who thought he got fouled off Adrian Lopez. We're getting the benefit of a replay. For me, there's nothing in it. Look, he's caught him there. There's none caught at all. He's having to go to the lanes because his boots come off. It's a throw into Atletico about 12 yards up the side of the pitch.
Well, it's the assistant's fault, obviously, that Ramos's boot has come off. Anyway, throw in, taken by Juan Fran, level with the edge of the Real penalty area. Played back to Juan Fran. Juan Fran crosses deep, header away. An important header away by Carvajal, but Atletico with plenty of players in forward positions. The red and white striped shirts of Atletico against the all-white of Real Madrid, given away by Atletico, and Ronaldo's over the halfway line. Benzema to his right. It's played to Benzema. Ronaldo checks his run towards the penalty area. The cross deflected into the path of Bale, who loses it far too easily. He's one of a number of players in Real shirts. Modric is another one. Can't get into the game. Thiago for Atletico, forward on the far side of the field to Felipe Luis, the Brazilian left back. And now Thiago once more. Gavi is captain to his right inside the centre circle, but Thiago looks to the left and is played carefully forward. Now, can they get a cross in from Felipe Luis? No, they don't. They work their way in towards the penalty area, but they're still outside the Real box. Gavi to Thiago, the former Chelsea player. Thiago, 30 yards from goal. Cross was poor, blocked by Modric, and the ball rebounds fully to the halfway line. Gavi takes it up again, chips it forward, too far forward surely, and that's an easy clearance for Carvajal. High toward the far side towards Bale. Bale jumps, heads it on, but straight back into Atletico's possession. The longer it goes like this, the more frustrated Real are going to get.
Yeah, but Atletico are not very adventurous. Well, they've got the ball. They've kept it well for the last couple of minutes. They're not really hurting Real Madrid.
Good work though by Thiago, playing the ball down the left side. There's the cross into the field. Goodness gracious, it skimmed off the left foot of Sergio Ramos, which is well for him. The skim took it high, not low, or else Casillas could have seen an own goal go past him. As it is, it's a corner to Atletico Madrid.
Well, it's a dangerous delivery, wasn't it? Hit very low with a lot of pace, and he comes off his left foot. He should have played with his right.
Why is he playing with his left foot?
I don't know. He should have played side foot with his right.
So the corner for Atletico Madrid, and it's going to be taken from this near side by Koke, right footed, swings the corner in, and he headed away by Varane quite comfortably, and it's taken up by Di Maria. Di Maria to Benzema, back to Di Maria. Good work down this left side for Real. Di Maria evades one challenge, then he's brought down. That's going to be a yellow card, surely, for Garcia, and it is the first booking of the final.
Well, Sergio Ramos has run 40-50 yards, barged them over. Contro's been struck.
I think Ramos has been booked as well.
Yeah, he will be. He deserves it.
Well, that's idiotic from Ramos. The referee was in charge of this. And Ancelotti's showing his frustration. It's a deserved yellow card for a foul by Garcia on Di Maria. What was Sergio Ramos getting involved for?
And there was another player, I'm not sure who it was, who actually pushed Contro in the face.
Well, Garcia's definitely booked. We're waiting for confirmation that Ramos was booked as well.
No, look, there's the incident. We're getting the benefit of a replay. He arrives. Look, he comes from nowhere. Look, what's that all about?
He's very lucky, actually. Their heads touched there, and Ramos has been booked. By the way, this is a free kick in a very good position for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's slightly to the left of the tee. It's about 25 yards from goal. Ronaldo, just the 16 Champions League goals this season in 10 appearances. Right. Courtois has had nothing to do, but he'd be worried about this. Here comes Ronaldo, right-footed, hit it low, one bounce straight into the arms of Courtois.
That's a terrific strike. He's got fantastic technique the way he strikes this ball, doesn't he? The wall split into three. I think that was deliberate, so Courtois could see the ball coming. Stood in the middle of the goal, pitched just in front of him, but held on to it very, very well.
27 and a half minutes played here in Lisbon on the BBC 5 Live World Service. It remains Real 0, Atletico 0. Hardly need to use the term Madrid. We know it's the first final, European final, involving two clubs from the same city. It's getting a bit nasty with them. That's a free kick on the far side of the field, but Carvajal reacted in such a way he wanted another yellow card for an Atletico player.
He's got it as well, didn't he?
I don't think he produced a yellow card.
No, didn't do it.
No. I won't be surprised if he got a red card in this game.
Oh, it is a foul. You know, I've seen yellow cards given for it, I've got to say.
And Modric complained directly to the Dutch referee, and Kuipers said to Modric, I'm handling this, and he's handled it very well so far. Free kick to Real Madrid. Carvajal backheels it to Varane. Varane in the team because Pepe's only fit enough to be on the bench. And it's chipped forward, and it's played back quite easily by Godin to Courtois. And Courtois, the Atletico goalkeeper, swings his left foot, directs the ball into the Real half, just over the halfway line. Then Khedira, they're missing Alonso, let's put it that way, Real. He lost the ball, it's won back by Carvajal. Carvajal flicks it towards this near touchline, towards Di Maria. Di Maria to Modric, and back to Khedira. Khedira slides the ball forward, it's intercepted by Thiago. They're challenging really, really well, Atletico. Oh, the referee didn't like that challenge by Koke. He's given a free kick.
Well, I think you can see Atletico's game plan. I've got to say that they are, listen.
They're winding Real up.
Oh, yeah, get stuck in and we'll see what happens. Raid your luck as much as you can. But they are being very physical, I think, with Real Madrid.
They're hoping, Atletico, that Real do not like it up or something like that. Now, the ball is that handball he's given? Or is it
Benzema, handball.
Handball by Benzema. I'm just trying to think, apart from that Ronaldo free kick, there's been nothing either end of any consequence whatsoever, and we've played half an hour. Didn't you forecast pens, Chris?
I did.
Aye. So we look forward to a long night here in Lisbon. Atletico played the ball towards the Real penalty area, where it's dealt with well by Sergio Ramos and flicked on by Khedira. And Modric hooks it quickly towards Ronaldo on the far side of the field. Ronaldo, a few yards outside the penalty area, that's the Atletico penalty area. Take the ball backwards though, towards the left side. Contrao onto Di Maria. Di Maria moves in field, loses control of the ball, and it's taken forward by Atletico. The captain, Gavi, back to Garcia. And now forward by Juanfran. It's up to the halfway line. And Villa tried to squeeze the ball through to Adrian Lopez. It was intercepted inside the play for a throw. If you're wondering why Adrian Lopez, if you're just switching on the 5 Live in the World Service and you're wondering why we're mentioning Adrian Lopez, well, Diego Costa lasted 9 minutes. The horse placenta, oh, he said it was a duck. You know, medication. It didn't work. Anyway, Atletico on the attack now. Ball played into the Real penalty. Shot goalwards, flicked on inside the box, hit another Real defender, and they clear with Sergio Ramos up over the halfway line. That could have gone anywhere. That I don't know whether the flick was meant or inadvertent. Could easily be diverted into goal. Here's Gavi. He's having a good game. To Thiago, who replaced him at Stamford Bridge and played really well, but he's given the ball away here. And it's Gareth Bale running forward. Bale into the penalty area. Bale puts it wide. He should have scored. Having created the opportunity, he wasted it.
Oh, I've got to say, you're not going to get a better chance. Gareth Bale. Thiago gives a sloppy pass across field. Give Bale credit, he reads it. He's got Ronaldo on the right. He approaches the D. They all part their ways. And I think there's one Fran who comes across late. Maybe just put him off there. It's Miranda, and maybe just put him off there. He didn't strike. He's trying to play it in the bottom corner, and it goes well wide.
It's a bad miss.
Yep.
And it's the first proper opportunity in the game. It went to Real, and Gareth Bale didn't take it. 13 minutes to half time. 0-0 in the Madrid derby here in Lisbon, the Champions League final. Contrao smacks the ball upfield, headed back by Miranda. Cleared by Real again, but not before the flag had been raised by the assistant for offside against David Villa. The selection was a bit of a surprise tonight, was it not? Villa?
Yeah, I mean, people keep saying Simone's done unbelievable with a 4-4-2. They don't play 4-4-2. They play 4-4-5-1. I've never seen them play 4-4-2.
And Adrian Lopez, who replaced Diego Costa, certainly playing furthest forward of the Atletico flag. Ball's out of play on the far side of the field. It's going to be a throw into Atletico Madrid. Great noise created by both sets of fans. I mean, on occasion, the Real fans are making more noise, and then Atletico respond. And the atmosphere in the stadium for the Chelsea game, the Atletico Madrid game, is just sensational. Unlike the game, we just want a little bit more quality. We'll take the aggression if it's matched by quality.
We just need them to come off the pace a bit, because they are working very, very hard, especially Atletico.
It's a derby, isn't it? It's a true derby.
Eventually these players have had a hard season. Listen, eventually they'll have to come off the pace. You can't keep this pace up.
Fabulous pass by Sergio Ramos to the far side of the field, and Carvajal, the right fullback. He just hit it unerringly, accurately, 50 yards cross field. And now it's back towards the left side with Di Maria. Contrao close by. Di Maria tries to cross it early. It's blocked. It's out of play. Off Garcia. Throw into Real. Thrown back to Sergio Ramos. Into Modric. Just over the last few minutes has begun to get involved in the game. Does the cross into the penalty area towards Benzema. Headed away. Bale jumps and heads it behind. And I think it's a free kick anyway, because Bale certainly jumped into Felipe Luis. Free kick to Atletico Madrid.
Oh, I've got to say, Real Madrid have probably had a lot more possession, and they are trying to break this team down to a very solid and very well organised. And apart from the Bale chance, as you say, we've seen nothing.
Well, they're still unbeaten in the Champions League this season, Atletico Madrid. If they were to triumph, they'd be the 7th team to lift the European Cup of the Champions League without losing a match. Apart from that Bale opportunity, they haven't allowed Real a sniff of a goal. It's chipped forward. Villa runs after it, and Varane gets across quickly, but he has to concede a corner to Atletico Madrid. And we've got Miranda coming forward. So too is Godin, the Uruguayan. The corner's going to be taken from the right side by Gavi, the Atletico captain. The assistant standing in front of the ball, just trying to prevent the corner being taken until the referee's happy, which he is now. Gavi plays the ball in from the right side, headed away by Real, headed back into the penalty area, and headers over the goalkeeper. It hits the post, it's into the net, and it stands. Atletico Madrid have taken the lead here remarkably. I think that was Godin up there who got the final touch over Casillas. I looked for an offside flag from the assistant There wasn't one. They were all onside Atletico Madrid, and pricelessly, they have taken the lead.
Well, I thought it would be a set piece with Atletico. They're not going to create a lot in general play. Godin's got the final touch. I've got to say, when it comes back in, there was one late coming back out. I think it's Modric it was who plays them on slightly.
Or
Casillas,
Carvajal.
and Casillas is in no man's land. He's in no man's land. He's nearly got back. He's pushed it onto the post. No, it's well over the line. You saw the replay. But it was going to be a set piece, wasn't it?
In terms of the final, though, I think this makes it. Atletico taking the lead, because now we'll see what Real Madrid are made of. We'll have to see more from Bale, have to see more from this man, Ronaldo. We've given the big up, so to speak, pre-kick-off. Let's see how they respond to going behind to their big city rivals. Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 1. A couple of players have gone off at the Atletico end. How on earth did they get them into the stadium? Always bemuses me, that sort of behaviour. They think it's harmless, it isn't. Anyway, the game has resumed. Real stung Koke and plays a 1-2. Koke rushes forward to the halfway line. Carvajal, who I think was the guilty player in terms of playing the Atletico attackers onside, he plays it infield, and now taken up by Sergio Ramos. On to Di Maria. Guess who's making the noise now, folks? Look at the end to our left. There are countless thousands of Atletico fans holding their scarves aloft, dancing up and down. La Liga is won. Champions League, well, they're on their way to winning it. Real, though, surely have enough talent and spirit to get back into this game. They've got a free kick. 8 minutes to half time. On the far side of the field, Sergio Ramos is forward inside the penalty area. So too is Ronaldo and Benzema and Varane. And the free kick is going to be taken. Is it by Modric?
Di Maria.
Di Maria is going to take it. It's in the inside right channel. Di Maria is going to deliver it left-footed towards the rampant hordes of Atletico fans behind the goal that he's aiming at now. Plays it in, skims off Thiago's head and behind for a corner.
Yeah, set pieces. You've got to say both boxes. Atletico Madrid, it's been a big part of their success. They seem to score a lot from attacking and defend very well from them. Big part of the game.
Corner then to Real Madrid from the left side at the Atletico end of this stadium in Lisbon. Di Maria to take it, left-footed, swings it in deep, too deep, met by Carvajal outside the penalty area, crosses in again too deep, and is behind for a harmless goal to kick to Atletico.
Well, they just lack ideas, Real Madrid, for all the talent they've got on the football field. They just lacked their creativity. The Bale chance could end up a big chance missed. Could have put them in front, really should have, when you're looking at the ability he's got. When they get a goal on a set piece, which they haven't dealt with, Real Madrid come out in 2s and 3s, can't do that, and Casillas is in absolutely no man's land when that ball goes in.
Casillas is a great goalkeeper. Do you follow this logic of, he doesn't play in a league game until right at the end of the season? The other goalkeeper is preferred, but he plays in all the cup matches. And this is a cup match. It's only the biggest cup in club football.
Listen, you should play your best players every week.
Agreed. 5 minutes to half time and 5 live in the World Service. Real 0, Atletico 1. Godin, the Uruguayan, has scored with a header. They've got a free kick. Gavi swirls it into the penalty area. That was a late challenge coming in by Sergio Ramos, conceding the corner. Set piece is very good for Atletico Madrid.
By the way, that was an excellent delivery by Gavi, and he just put it onto Villa's head nearly, and Ramos just spotted the danger and heads it over a corner. But as I said, they carry a massive threat with set pieces, Atletico Madrid.
I thought before the game that they would miss Gavi desperately at Stamford Bridge, but Thiago did a magnificent job replacing him. Both playing tonight. Gavi takes the corner, it's headed just over the crossbar. That was Adrian Lopez with the header, and that could easily have been 2-0.
Yep, again, good delivery, a lot of pace on it. He directs it on the target, just over the bar. A little bit too much pace.
4 minutes to the interval. It's highly competitive, a little bit edgy. You can say some of the challenges have been naughty. Atletico have the lead. Ball's out of play near side of the field. Throw in to Real. And Ancelotti, well, very animated. He can't be happy with the defending at the Atletico goal. He couldn't be happy with the defending of that free kick either. Here's Carvajal for his side to Modric. Back to Khedira. He's a little bit sluggish. They miss Alonso. Sergio Ramos to the left side. Contrao. Back to Di Maria. Contrao once more. Di Maria, the Argentine again. And back to Khedira. And Atletico are happy to allow Real to have possession like this. They're so far out, not hurting. Not so far. And that pass by Modric was overhit. And it's behind for a goal kick to Atletico.
Carvajal there with a ball which was Modric overhits. It was a terrific run. He doesn't need to really put that much pace on it. It's very quick. Carvajal, and he would have caught that, just roll it through the gap. But you've got to say, so far, Atletico, we know how they're going to play. We knew exactly what they're going to do, and they're doing it very, very well. And I think Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, Benzema have got to stay a bit higher. They're coming too deep trying to get the ball.
Clearance upfield by Atletico, headed back by Sergio Ramos, won by Atletico Madrid, hit towards the far side. Felipe Luis on to Gavi, down the left side, leaving it for Koke. Now it's Felipe Luis. Infield it goes. Good work by the Atletico press. You know that the Simeone team, they're all going to work ferociously hard. They're all going to do precisely the jobs that the Argentine coach wants them to do. Now it's Felipe Luis again on the far side of the field. He's beginning to get forward the left back. It's hit high towards the near side, headed on into the penalty area by David Villa, half cleared by Real Madrid and smacked upfield by Di Maria. And Ronaldo sort of barged into Miranda. The referee allowed that to go, and Ronaldo brings the ball down now, taps it back to Contrao. Ronaldo, having been tackled by Miranda, goes down, exaggerating the challenge. Ball given away by Real. Here's David Villa spinning away from Khedira, and just think one missed time challenge here is going to be a red card. Definitely. Just one badly missed time challenge. Di Maria to Sergio Ramos, who on the volley hits it over the halfway line, headed back into the Real half. Garcia for Atletico, onto David Villa. He's fouled, and it's a free kick, and they're getting very frustrated, Real Madrid. You can see it in their faces when we see close-ups on the monitors in front of us. Free kick to Atletico. 90 seconds left in the first half, plus some added time, of course, for stoppages, for exaggeration of injuries, so-called injuries. Gavi's going to take this free kick from a similar position that he took a free kick about 10 minutes ago that caused havoc inside the Real penalty area. There it goes again. Deep. There was a man on mark. Miranda on the far side of the field. Half cleared. Miranda might win it back. No, Real can counter-attack. Play to Ronaldo on the far side of the field. Bale's ahead of him. Ronaldo doesn't get the pass right, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Ronaldo's stolen 5 yards. Gets away with it. Throws back to Varane. And Varane hits it left-footed, accurately to the left side, to Di Maria. Volley pass back to Contrao. Contrao on towards the left side of the penalty area to Benzema. Good challenge coming in, and well, even though the defender thought it was a goal kick, the referee's given a corner.
He got that right as well. One front is looking at it, scoring a goal kick off that was never to be.
Di Maria to take the corner in the last minute of the first half for Real Madrid. Real trail Atletico 1-0. Played in left-footed. A defender heads it away. Modric heads it down. Carvajal on the far side of the field. Carvajal back to Modric. Modric put under pressure. Overhit the pass to Carvajal. It's out of play for throw. And that was precisely because Modric was run down and pressurised.
Yes, David Villa closed them down and puts them off, makes them overhit the pass. And if Atletico Madrid can keep this up, you've got to say they're going to lift the cup. I don't know if they can keep this tempo up, and they've been absolutely all over 100 mile an hour, closing Real Madrid down, not letting them any space, any time.
We're into added time at the end of the first half. I'm not sure how much, frankly, because just the 1 minute, it seems, just the 1 minute. 1-0 for Atletico against Real Madrid in the final of the Champions League in 2014. Khedira for Real. Just 20 seconds left of the added time. To Carvajal on the far side of the field. Forward to Bale. Bale into Modric. Modric's first touch was poor, and Atletico take the ball off Real, and they counter-attack now. Good work by David Villa. There's a foul challenge. Is Khedira going to be booked? Khedira is booked.
Yep. And he's going to say it's my first challenge, but listen, the way the rules are in football, you can't tackle like that. Simple as. It's a yellow card and you'll have to take it.
So it's 2 yellow cards for Real, Ramos, which was needless, and Khedira, which was certain, and 1 for Atletico, the tackle by Garcia on Di Maria. We've had our minute of added time, but the tradition usually for referees is to see an attacking move climax before they blow their whistle for the interval. And it's a free kick for Atletico. Godin, their goal scorer, takes it, hits it high. The referee put his whistle to his mouth, blows his whistle, and it's half time. Apart from losing Diego Costa, after 9 minutes with injury, it's been a great first half for Atletico.
Everything's gone the way they wanted. I've got to say, Gareth Bale's chance was a vital chance in the game. He puts that in and puts them in the lead, and I think it helps them. After that, they've scored a set piece, and Atletico just closed Real Madrid down, stopped them playing. Ronaldo's going deeper, Bale's drifted out the game, Benzema can't get a kick, they just can't get going, but that's credit to Atletico Madrid, the way they play.
Contrao had a particular moment as he left the field at half-time, just reflects his team as a whole. Real 0, Atletico 1.
Well, yeah, the teams are ready, we're ready, supporters are ready, and Atletico Madrid, who lead Real Madrid by a goal to 0, will get the second half underway in just a moment or two. Atleti in the red and white stripes, the blue shorts, red socks with the white trim. Real Madrid with work to do, all in white, waiting for referee Kuipers to blow his whistle. He gets the signal and the second half begins, and it's immediately played back to Thiago, and then Gavi to his right passes it forward, and the ball cannons off Khedira out for a throw down the right. Let me just run you through the teams. Real Madrid with Casillas in goal, Carvajal, Varane, Sergio Ramos and Contrao, Khedira, Di Maria and Modric, Ronaldo, Bale and Benzema. Atletico side in a moment, but they're on the move again, Atletico, and Gavi's cross is blocked out for a throw on the right hand side. Juan Fran is going to take this. It was Juan Fran who headed the ball back into the Real Madrid penalty area for Godin to head the ball over Casillas and into the net for the only goal so far. Throw-in taken by Atletico Madrid, but it breaks down and it's cleared away to the halfway line. Played back forward though by Godin, who then gets another chance and plays it to Thiago to the right hand side. Real have barely had a touch yet in the second half. It's whacked forward, but then Thiago plays it over the top, and that will deliver it to Sergio Ramos, who should deal with this comfortably, chests it down, although David Villa is all over him, and he plays it back to Casillas. So Atletico with Courtois in goal, Juan Fran, Godin, Miranda and Felipe Luis, Raúl Garcia, Thiago, Gavi, Koke, Villa, and substitute Adrian, who came on for Diego Costa, who didn't last 10 minutes with his hamstring injury after being riskily selected by Diego Simeone. However, his team are leading by a goal to 0. As a pigeon flies into the commentary positions just down to my right. Atletico play towards the edge of the penalty area, clever ball played through, but it didn't quite work out, and Casillas is able to pick it up. Chris, what a
good start. Diaz cleaned up.
Not by the pigeon.
Right, Atletico Madrid now. They've started very bright. They've come high up the field. They're pressing very. Real Madrid are not. Real Madrid is actually playing the ball very, very long, and Atletico Madrid are dictating the pace second half already.
I noticed, Chris, just before the second half, the players came out that Xabi Alonso, who can't play because of suspension, came out early and was quite an animated figure down there. You know, they've missed him. Seems to me that Benzema does certainly not look fit. Modric has been fouled though. Modric is fouled. It's a free kick to Real Madrid. And free kick just forward and left of the centre circle. So Atletico Madrid marshal their defences, but that is what they're so good at. Holding the line just inside their penalty area. Contrao and Di Maria. Di Maria it is who plays it in, but it's straight onto the head of Adrian, substitute Adrian, who heads it away unchallenged. And Atletico could counter-attack here. as Villa plays it forward on the stretch, but Di Maria is able to scamper back across and keep it. So 1-0 to Atletico. This is 5 Live and the World Service here in Lisbon as darkness just begins to descend. The floodlights are on. Real Madrid coming forward. Bale excellently challenged by Felipe Luis, the left back who has attracted so much interest. Now it's played forward for Gabi, but Varane comes across and it bounces off the Frenchman and out of play for a throw.
Give Atletico credit. I thought they'd just sit back and bring Real Madrid on. They haven't. They've come up the blocks very, very quick, and Real Madrid just cannot get a hold of the football.
The other thing that struck me tonight, Chris, as well, that Atletico Madrid, despite their season, this long season, successful season, I feel they look incredibly sharp tonight.
Well, I think a lot of that goes down to confidence as well. When you win in football matches, you cannot wait for the next one to come.
Throw-in taken towards the edge of the penalty area. Villa does well to keep possession, but then wastes it with a pass to the left-hand side, and Di Maria wins himself a throw-in. So Atletico are winning, and just been handed a piece of paper here that says Atletico didn't lose any of the 31 La Liga matches in which they took the lead this season. Won 28, drew 3 of them, so they know how to keep a lead. Ball played over the top for Atletico. Down into the full-back position as Coentrao and Raul Garcia came together. That's been a running issue tonight, those two. It's been very feistily fought out. Almost 5 minutes played in the second half. Still 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. Godin, the goal scorer. The Uruguayan, having scored the goal against Barcelona in the Nou Camp last week, which delivered the league title. Now he's scored in the Champions League final, Godin. What a week for him. From an England point of view, you might hope that he's getting all of his important goals out of the way early. Atletico Madrid win it back. Now the ball is crossed right across the penalty area, and Raul Garcia waited for it to bounce up and hit a volley, but hit it wildly wide and high of the far post.
Well going back high up the field again. They win the ball. Comes to him. I mean, it's a little bit ambitious, the volley from the edge of the box, but it was always going high and over the bar. But Atletico Madrid have really got into Atletico Madrid have got really into Real Madrid. They just can't settle on the ball.
1-0 Atletico and Real Madrid. Here is Bale, but this time it's Villa who slides in 10 yards inside the Real Madrid half, just to make sure that Bale doesn't get any time on the ball at all. Out for a throw. Real take it. Ball played towards the left-hand side. Ronaldo with an angled ball back to Di Maria. Infield towards Modric. A couple of touches from Modric. Then he swings a pass out to Carvajal down here on the right-hand side. Carvajal, though, is immediately closed down by Felipe Luis. Carvajal still has it, though. Khedira's ball, poor through into the penalty area to Courtois, and he's able to pick it up comfortably.
Well, it's just not happening for Real Madrid. Whatever they're trying at the minute, it is not working, and I'm sure Ancelotti will be looking at now, and I'm sure he'll be looking at Isco. Something to change this team, try and get somebody where they can get something on the ball and get a grip of this game and start creating chances, because it's just not happening with the team he's got out there at the minute.
I mean, really, you might say that he just needs to get, certainly Ronaldo and Bale, more into the game, however he's able to do that.
They keep coming deep for the ball. When it goes to the back four, watch Ronaldo comes deep. Look, I can see it now, he's in his own half. It's easy then for Atletico to get bodies behind the ball and get round it, Ronaldo. He's got to be braver and stay really high up the field.
And even though he was inside his own half, now he has a run from Di Maria towards the edge of the area, and Miranda has tugged him over as Di Maria approached the box, and Miranda is being called across by referee Kuipers. You know, he's already got the yellow card out. You know, they don't need to protest about that. It's an absolute cert of a yellow card.
No.
Even though Di Maria has a reputation.
No question. Fantastic run by Di Maria. That's what we're waiting for. Spark from Real Madrid. It's in a good position for Ronaldo here. 25 yards. The run by Di Maria was excellent. He went past 3, and Miranda just tugs him down the ground, and it's clear yellow. Well, this is a very good position for Ronaldo.
Yeah, it is. It's left of centre. It's round about 25 yards, maybe slightly less from goal, and Ronaldo stands there. So Ronaldo, the modern great of Portuguese football, here in the heart of Lisbon. Ronaldo waiting. His team are trailing 1-0 in this Champions League final to their Madrid city rivals. Cometh the hour for Ronaldo. The wall is being lined up, but Gabi is still in conversation with the referee. Gabi's complaining about something or other. I think he's saying that ball's been moved back by Ronaldo. Certainly they are protesting about where Ronaldo is taking this free kick, the location of the ball.
Now watch the free kick first off he took when he hit the target, and two of them ran within 5 yards where he even kicked it. And I think, look, they're trying to get closer and closer. The referee's got to be strong here, because when he turns his back, that wall's going to creep forward. Here we go, look, there they go, there, look,
and the referee's pointing,
do something about it.
The referee's pointing at them. So free kick, Ronaldo over the wall, and Courtois was well positioned. He's almost standing upright when he watched it and shoved it over the top with his right glove. Took a deflection, didn't it, off the wall?
Comfortable save, very comfortable, straight at him.
Corner to Real. Here it is, swirled into the near post. Oh, Adrian got a touch. Ronaldo's in there, but stabbed it wide. Fiery deflection, corner.
Well, that's a little bit more pressure. It's set pieces out.
And in this second half, we should say that the teams are attacking the ends where their own sets of supporters are. It's raucous here. Corner taken in. Ronaldo with a header down, but he was backpedaling as he did so. It lacked power. And Courtois just raised his hands and allowed it to bounce past the post.
You just say, John, he's backpedaling. He just tries to punch it forward. He doesn't have to jump. He's trying to punch it forward onto the target. It's about a couple of yards past the post.
So intriguingly, it's Atletico who still lead by 1-0, attempting to add the Champions League to the Spanish league title they won a week ago. It would be an incredible double, and not only that, it would also deny Real Madrid La Decima. What a season it would be. But there's still plenty of water to pass under the bridge. We've got some fairly impressive bridges here in Lisbon as well. Here is Felipe Luis as Atletico come forward, and the rhythm is beaten out by the sets of supporters. Atletico, their fans in great voice. It is Atletico with Adrian down the left-hand side, who's away from Carvajal. Adrian into the penalty area, but Carvajal with an excellent cover and challenge to get back and recover and put it behind for a corner.
What was he doing the first time though? He just should have played the ball. He's trying to run across them, and it nearly paid the price. I'll give him a great recovery, but it's a corner, and we know how threatening these are. Atletico.
Koke is indicating to the supporters at that end to crank up the volume from that side. Match Real. Koke with the corner in towards the near post. It's headed away by Bale. Comes out to Gabi. And Gabi very coolly just allows Bale to come out to him, then gives it to Koke, who's crossed into the penalty area, is headed down, not away. Adrian with a shot, it's deflected, but wide of the goal by Khedira to corner from the other side, the right.
It was a good chance, and he hit well, by the way. He got a good strike on it. Typical bit of skill there. Ball was popping up, he catches it, pushes it into the ground, deflection. No, that corner, which there'll be no rush to take.
No, they won't. Gabi will take this. Remember the goal last Saturday, the Godin goal last Saturday, as opposed to his one this Saturday, came from a Gabi corner. Surely he can't get another one. Gabi to take this. Here it is, an outswinger towards the penalty spot that's headed away by a leaping Ronaldo. And the ball is deflected out of play for a throw into Real, deep inside their own half. So we are approaching the hour mark, and Isco is going to come on for Real Madrid. That's Ancelotti's first change. And as Chris Waddle said, had to do something. Casillas was just collecting the ball inside his own penalty area. Double change, Marcelo as well. Marcelo is going to come on, and the two of them, the two substitutes, Isco and Marcelo, hug one another. And Real Madrid with the ball in possession. Simeone, I mean, he does everything. He does everything he can, short of getting onto the field and playing himself. And of course, Simeone excelled as an Atletico Madrid player. He was in the team when they won the league and cup double in 1996, the last time that they collected the Spanish league title. And still wait for the Real Madrid change to be made. Almost an hour played. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, and Real in possession inside their own half. Well, the electronic board just flashed there. We'll see Carvajal, the bearded Real Madrid right back, plays it through to Modric, but that's read by the goal scorer Godin, who slides and puts it out of play for a throw. And the first change sees Marcelo come on for the starting left back, Coentrao, who sprints off the field, and the other change is Khedira coming off. Well, that is a risk now.
Well, let's go and play behind out. You just say to Modric and Di Maria need to sit a little bit more defensively. Cisco will just basically wander around and try and get in the hole and try and get on the ball, and they need somebody to get on the ball and do something.
So 1-0 to Atletico, and the ball on the left hand side is swung in, but Courtois is there again. The cross from the left, far too close to Courtois, who I must say, in the air, on the evidence of what we've seen of him so far this season, the on loan Chelsea goalkeeper is very, very secure. So Real Madrid start again. Ronaldo suddenly, I notice, in a central position there, just a few yards away from Benzema. Ball with Marcelo on the left. Now Modric once again. Still Modric, just waits and then passes the ball patiently out towards the right hand side here to Carvajal, and then Isco gets his first meaningful touch. Ronaldo back to Sergio Ramos, who overhits the pass. Di Maria just was on his heels there, and it was beyond him and out for a throw.
I was just going to say that was much better football. They moved the ball very quickly, and then they went to switch the play, which you've got to do against this team. You've got to make them run and chase and switch the play as much as you can, but he's overhit the pass.
Magnificent atmosphere all around us here inside the stadium. The two sets of supporters, around about 17,000 the allocation for both of the Madrid clubs, but many, many more. I was told they were expecting around about 100,000 people to come from Madrid to Lisbon for this game. And Atletico have it once again as they cross the halfway line, and Adrian just running the ball down the left flank. Carvajal puts in the challenge, so does Isco as well. Carvajal still going, he's managed to get between them and crosses it, but Marcelo is there to head it away, but only out to Gavi. Gavi pokes it square to Thiago. Thiago now, lots of experience there. Out to the right hand side, Juan Fran takes it on, past his man. Juan Fran's cross into the back of Marcelo. Some vain shouts for handball. Then another cross from Juan Fran onto the head of Marcelo this time, who nods it away for Real Madrid. Still Atletico to Juan Fran again, whose cross this time is blocked by Sergio Ramos. So 3 times, and he wasn't able to beat the defender on any occasion. Juan Fran though now gives it to Gavi, and Gavi has a chance to cross from the right, and Gavi does cross, and Villa jumped, but it was just flicked away by Varane, otherwise he might have had a header on goal.
Well, they've got to take risks, but can they break quickly, Real Madrid? Because Atletico's got 4, 5, 6 players forward, and it's a long run back. Very tired now, Atletico's starting to tire.
Yes, Di Maria with a deep cross, aiming for Ronaldo, but across came the left back Felipe Luis to help out Godin, who then tried to thump it downfield, sliced it straight out of play. The ball is quickly back, another ball into the hands of Carvajal, who takes a quick throw. It's all urgency now from Real, trailing as they are in this game with less than half an hour to go. Varane, high cross from him, it's over Benzema, who vainly tried to reach it. Now back to Marcelo. Marcelo beats Gavi into the penalty area. Marcelo, his cross is deflected, and it's nodded down and away on the edge of the penalty area by Raul Garcia. And then Sergio Ramos nicks the ball back for Real Madrid, and Di Maria gives it back to Sergio Ramos, who's on the left wing now, and he crosses, and Ronaldo is there but couldn't get any contact that he wanted. I think perhaps just glanced it, and that took it away from Benzema, and it's behind for a goal.
Real Madrid are just starting to up the tempo, and I don't think Atletico can keep it going. There's a few, 3 or 4 of the players are feeling the pace now. They've put a terrific shift in. Ronaldo just couldn't direct it on the target, and I'm sure now Atletico will be looking at making 1 or 2 substitutions.
Well, they've only got 2 left after the early loss of Diego Costa, but I do sense as well just an increasing air of frustration from the Real Madrid supporters. The ignominy of losing in a European Cup final to, of all teams, Atletico Madrid. Over the years, Real Madrid in the games against Atletico, Real Madrid have won almost twice as many as Atletico have won. Their domination over their city rivals has been so great, but it is Atletico winning here in what you might argue is the most important derby match that these two sides have ever been involved in together. And it's Atletico who are looking good with Koke, who is Madrid born and bred, bringing it forward. The young man, Koke, gets it back, and then Isco with a challenge to put it behind for another Atletico corner.
Well, when they've got the ball, they've used it very well second half. I've got to say, they've worked hard. They're starting to come off the pace slightly, but when they've got it, they've played very simple football. 5-10 yard passes, it's a lot of movement.
So Koke will take the corner. Koke, 22 years old, who's played in more of Atletico's games this season than any other player. And he's going to take this corner right-footed, so it'll be an in-swinger. Casillas is unchallenged on the goal line. Here it is towards Miranda at the near post, who got his head to it, but the glance was into the defender. It was Ronaldo actually next to him, and it's a corner.
Good deliveries, just that near post.
Well, it is such a strength for Atletico Madrid. They are clearly very, very well drilled. Koke plays it in, headed away by Varane, who got up unchallenged to head it down and away on the edge of the 6-yard box. Back to the red and white of the Colchoneros, Atletico Madrid. And now Adrian wins a corner off Modric. Yet another corner for Atletico. More frustration for Real Madrid. Of course, the danger is always in these sort of situations, if it doesn't work for Atletico, then there is the prospect of a Real Madrid counter-attack, and we know very, very well how effective they can be on the counter-attack. Koke plays it in, and it's walloped away downfield, so there'll be no chance of a counter-attack from that clearance from Benzema. It's played forward by Felipe Luis, but an offside flag is up. And Jose Sosa is going to come on as the first of the two available subs for Atletico Madrid, the Argentine. So he waits on the side of the field to come on, and we've got 25 minutes plus added time to play. It is beginning to run out for Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid, and it is Raúl Garcia who will make way for the number 24, Jose Sosa, who is on loan from the Ukrainian club Metalist Kharkiv, and enjoying, I'm sure, being a part of this Atletico Madrid season. And Raúl Garcia, the bearded Raúl Garcia, who himself has been a great part of Atletico's success with 17 goals from midfield. He leaves, slaps hands with Jose Sosa, a tall, wide player who comes onto the field. And the throw-in is taken by Real Madrid. Less than 25 minutes to play. 5 Live and the World Service. Live here in the Estadio de Luz in Lisbon. As Real Madrid played into the penalty area. Ronaldo stretches for it. It's cleared away. Di Maria wins the throw on the left-hand side. 10 yards away from the corner flag. Throw-in is taken. Back to Sergio Ramos. Doesn't waste any time. One touch, then crosses into the penalty area. Headed away at the back post. Comes out to Isco. Isco now back to Modric, has a little look to his left, but then Modric takes it on. Modric now still going to the edge of the area. Square ball into Ronaldo. Ronaldo works it to Benzema. Cleared away. Only out to Isco, who shoots but drags it wide from just outside the D.
You just saw how many red and white shirts close him down now. There could be a play by Real Madrid to move the ball. Modric heavily involved. They move the ball quickly. As soon as he gets it out, Isco, they're out. 2-3 red shirts under pressure, pulls the shot wide.
So it remains Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Atletico league champions for the first time for 18 years, now getting closer and closer to becoming European champions for the very first time. Here's Ronaldo though now. Ronaldo plays it down the left-hand side, with good work again by Juan Fran against Di Maria, and then Miranda just clears it directly towards halfway. Real Madrid again back in possession. Here's Marcelo. Marcelo, it closed down, and the ball is deflected to Courtois in the Atletico penalty area. So we are midway through the second half, and still Atletico lead through that Godin first half header. And here's Alan Green.
22 and a half minutes from glory for Atletico Madrid. Their only previous European Cup final, 1974, they were 1 minute of extra time away from winning then against Bayern Munich Bayern equalised and won the replay 2 days later 4-0. Can they hang on to their single goal lead here tonight in Lisbon against Real? Thiago, Atletico towards the far side of the field. Atletico, that wasn't all work. Decided to play for a throw-in. By the way, is anybody playing better on the pitch than Gavi? Chris?
I think the difference between the two sides, when you look at it, is they work harder than any other side. Atletico Madrid. And the tidy footballers, they're not exceptional. They're not players who pick it up and drift past 2 or 3 players. They can play. I'm not saying about they're very good players. They pass it well. They play sensible, economical football. And when they haven't got it, they work their socks off as a team. By the way, they're horrible to play against. You can't get any time on the ball.
Typical that challenge on Marcelo on the far side of the field, and another one on Sergio Ramos. He reacted, and it is a free kick to Real, taken by Marcelo to Sergio Ramos. Now to Modric. Time running down on Real. Pursuit of La Decima. 21 minutes left for play here in Lisbon. You're listening to 5 Live with the World Service on the BBC. Bale, who's been really quiet, squandered a great opportunity in the first half. Balls on the left side with Di Maria into Marcelo. Back to Di Maria. Di Maria wanted the ball on his left foot, played it with his right foot, got it wrong, and Atletico clear.
That was good football, wasn't it? Gareth Bale did very well down his right hand side and got the ball across, and Di Maria, a little one too, Marcelo, as you say. No right foot.
At this level, you should be able to kick the ball with both feet. Anyway, throw into Atletico on the far side of the field. Ancelotti's looking glum at the moment. Still, no one, unless Ancelotti does it tonight, has challenged Bob Paisley, winner of the European Cup 3 times. No other coach has done it. Ancelotti, the latest to try. It's Varane, his central defender. Onto the near side, and Carvajal still inside his own half. Back to Varane and to Sergio Ramos. Ramos moves towards the halfway line, flick the ball to the left to Marcelo now to Benzema, edge of the penalty, is passed back, doesn't find a white shirt, intercepted by Atletico, and they work the ball so well out of defence. Here's David Villa inside the centre circle, holding off 2 challenges, but his attempted pass took a deflection Real of the ball. Bale inside right channel for Real, back to Ronaldo plays it behind Di Maria, and he got it accurately to the Argentine. It was a great position. Di Maria works back, gets it to Marcelo, the cross is deep, taken on the chest and hand by Gareth Bale, well spotted by the referee. As usual, the Taylor's dummy standing on the goal line didn't see it.
No,
that's the extra assistance in the Champions League.
He didn't do anything, did he? Was it a handball? Was in the replay? Yes, it was.
Oh yes, without question. But he looks smart, doesn't he? I always think they look smart, those assistants on the goal line. And they get their appearance fees, of course. 26 minutes gone in the second half. Real Madrid 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Godin's header that looped over Casillas. Casillas was in a poor position. Throw into Real, taken hurriedly to Sergio Ramos. No time to wait for Real. Onto the far side and Di Maria. Ronaldo's across on that flank. Isco is running through the middle. Di Maria ran into the defender, loses the ball, and it was partially cleared by Atletico. Then they lost it, then they win it back. Typical of their work. And it's with David Villa ahead of the centre circle, looking for support. Gavi points the ball, points him to the right, and now here's the cross into David Villa. David Villa stretches, collides with Casillas, and Casillas, I think, won't make too much of it. Well done, the Real goalkeeper. Yep. It's certainly a free kick. Oh, he's booking.
He's booking. Yep. Well, he was a bit late, I've got to say. He slid in. He had a right to go for it. But give Casillas credit. He was quick off his line.
Yes, he was excellent.
And he saves it at the feet of him. And I think he just slid through. He skids in. He slides for it. Oh, well, you see the replay. He did have his studs up.
He did.
The referee got that right.
He hasn't got anything wrong that I can see, the referee tonight. 60,976 the attendance at the 2014 Champions League final here in Lisbon. Gareth Bale, what a chance he had earlier. To Modric, Ronaldo, Bale shoots wide.
Well, the one player you'd want, him and Ronaldo in that position, comes into him. Maybe it wouldn't cross his body as much as he wanted onto his left foot. Oh, and he hits it nice and early, but well weighed again. It's a good chance just on the edge of the D.
You know, I don't want to heap pressure on him. As I say, we've said numerous times, you know, he didn't decide the transfer fee, but 2 opportunities, and he hasn't hit the target with either of them. The cross towards the Atletico penalty area, well dealt with. Here's Gavi, the captain for Atletico, playing it clear, intercepted by Real, given away by Real. On the far side of the field is Koke, flicking it on towards his captain. Intercepted by Real once more. Another challenge. Oh, Juan Fran, he's going to get booked. It was a foul tackle, but the referee's now throwing those yellow cards around, and my money's still on a red card before the night is out.
Well, they're just starting to come off the pace slightly. David Villa's coming deeper, and they've been pushed back. Real Madrid are just starting to knock on the door for me, and they're just running out of legs slightly, Atletico.
16 minutes left to play. Apart from the Bale efforts wide of goal and Courtois' save from Ronaldo free kicks, no pressure really on them. Here's a chance now for Ronaldo on the volley. It's over the crossbar. You know, Courtois hasn't had a truly difficult save to make.
No, he hasn't. He's had a free kick from Ronaldo, which was straight at him, which pitched in front of him, and he held onto it well.
Then the other one deflected.
Yeah, that was an easy save for a goalie of his ability. Yes, he hasn't had anything to do, really.
And a little over a quarter of an hour left for play. Atletico lead Real by a goal to 0. Courtois takes the goal kick for the unfashionable Madrid side. Put it no stronger than that. But you think of Madrid, you think football, you think Real Madrid. You don't think Atletico Madrid. But goodness, they can change people's minds tonight if they hold on here and beat Real. Isco to Modric inside the centre circle. Atletico are being pushed back now, gradually back. The pass by Carvajal though, back to the halfway line. And Varane plays it to Sergio Ramos. All bar Casillas are inside the Atletico half. Marcelo on the far side of the field, one of the 2 Real substitutes, helped onto Di Maria. Ronaldo, Di Maria again, can't get the pass back to Ronaldo, and it's chased forward by Juan Fran on the far side of the field, encouraging the tackle. It's out off Sergio Ramos for a throw into Atletico on the halfway line inside the last 15 minutes in Lisbon. Real fans are less than animated to our right, unlike the lot at the other end. Red and white of Atletico Madrid. They haven't stopped singing, they haven't stopped jumping up and down. They're loving this, every single minute of it. Benzema to Di Maria. Di Maria again runs into the defender. This time it's Miranda, and Miranda hooks the ball out of play for nothing worse than a throw-in. Marcelo throws the ball in to Sergio Ramos. On to Modric. Modric is a lot of room now in the midfield. They're not closing him down quite as much as they did earlier, Atletico. Finding Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale on his left foot. Swings the pass in field. Here's Isco onto the far side. And the cross in toward Benzema. Well defended by Godin, the goal scorer for Atletico. And he was being fouled anyway by Benzema. Spotted, well, let's say that was the goal line assistant.
No, he didn't.
That's a first.
He didn't.
He didn't spot it.
No, that's why he's having a go at him. Godin's having a go at him because he didn't spot it, I think.
I thought when he took his sunglasses off that he may have spotted something.
No,
it was the referee. Free kick to Atletico Madrid. Courtois. He's got to be at Stamford Bridge next season, surely. Got to be. I mean, he hasn't had to show it tonight, but he is an outstanding young goalkeeper, and I'm sure Mourinho will want him. Ball's on the halfway line. Bale feeds it into Ronaldo. Back to Bale. Bale surges forward. Bale into the penalty area. Bale shoots wide for the 3rd time tonight. He was under pressure from Godin, but not to get it on target. Inexcusable.
I think that's wonderful play, the way he's used his pace 1-2 when he's in. I think he's trying to hit it with the outside of his left foot, and he's kicked the ground slightly. I think he's went with the outside of his left foot, and he's hit the ground. He's actually took a big divot before he's kicked it. Another chance goes, and that is a good chance.
Right, and we've got another substitution imminent for Real. Morata will come on. Not just immediately, because play is still in progress. Marcelo over the halfway line. The last throw of the dice for Ancelotti. His 3rd substitution imminent. Here's Gavi, the captain of Atletico Madrid, swinging the ball forward. Oh, the flag's up for offside.
Yeah, he was offside. Probably Benzema will be coming off, is it? He's been carrying an injury. He's not really had a kick tonight.
Yes, it is. Well spotted. Benzema off, Morata on. All Atletico have got to do is keep on doing what they're doing. They're defending stoutly. And how many minutes to go? 12 minutes left for play here in Lisbon.
But they are getting deeper and deeper now. Yes, they've got a good shape to them. Look, the 4-5. One on left on his own, David Villa right up front. But the rest are in the last 30 yards of the pitch.
Isco to the right side, and Carvalho swings the ball in. Isco brings it down, but without controlling it, and it's cleared by Atletico. Already playing this near side for a throw into Real Madrid. There was a half chance there.
Yeah, I tell you what, his first touch was immaculate. He just couldn't get it. It just ran away from him.
Carvalho with the throw-in. Launch back to Marcelo. Marcelo swings the pass to the far side of the field. Goodness, that wasn't a good ball, but it did reach Sergio Ramos. Then Isco helps it on. Is the cross going to be swung in eventually by Di Maria? Eventually. He's running forward. Is he going to run into another defender? The latest of them. Ball is out of play behind. It's a corner to Real Madrid. Off one front.
He did very well, Di Maria. Throw in.
Oh, it's a throw in. I thought he'd
very deep Atletico now. Very deep.
Here the ball is crossed from the left. Headed away and out of play by Atletico. Throw into Real on the far side. Just over the halfway line. Throw taken quickly to Marcelo. Just over 10 minutes left for play. Real 0, Atletico 1. In the first all-city final in the Champions League or the European Cup. Never before two teams from the same city competed on the ultimate stage. It's going Atletico's way so far. But can they hold on? Modric to Sergio Ramos. Marcelo. It's all out defence really now for Atletico Madrid. Di Maria cuts in from the left. Finds Modric. On it goes to Isco. Isco feeds the ball into the penalty. Had he controlled it better, I think he would have shot a goal, but it was cleared by Atletico anyway.
It's all Real Madrid now, and it's just looking for that final pass or get away in that final delivery.
Modric runs forward. His second touch wasn't great, you know. That allowed Gavi to make the tackle, but it was a foul tackle by the captain, and it's a free kick to Real Madrid.
Well, Gavi was just unlucky there, wasn't it? Modric had a poor touch, and he thought he may just nick the ball off him. He just gets here before him, and Modric goes down very easily.
And no Ronaldo free kick, because it's probably too far out. Over 35 yards from goal, given the angle. Modric to take the free kick. So Di Maria is close to the ball as well. Atletico have got everybody back defending. 9 minutes to go. Di Maria swings it in left-footed. Deep. The ball didn't go Real's way. It's gone for Atletico. Still in play though. And now it's clear. And here is the captain, Gavi. He's brought down by the latest substitute, Morata. And he rolls over. I think it was a foul tackle. Nothing worse than that. Oh, meantime, I think Felipe Luis has got a bit of a problem.
I think he's tired. He went down, he played the ball down the lane. I thought he had cramp. He stayed down.
And they're going to make a change. Marcelo, sorry, not Marcelo, what am I talking about? Alderweireld will come on for Atletico Madrid. He was saying to his bench a few minutes ago, I noticed that he is a problem. And we're assuming that's the change. It might not be, you know. Is Felipe Luis going to resume?
He's got nothing left in the tank. He is so tired.
Well, he's lying back. The interesting thing will be is if it's not him who's replaced. Miranda, amongst others, comes towards the technical dugout, occupied by Simeone to get instruction. It's a good break this actually for Atletico Madrid. Not within the morality of the game, let's say. Now he's been helped to his feet, Felipe Luis. He's coming off the field. Whether it's permanently, I don't know. Yes, it is. Well, that's the final change for Atletico Madrid. The first change, of course, we thought what a big one that was when Diego Costa lasted only 9 minutes and was replaced by Adrian Lopez. 8 minutes to go, plus added time, and there could be 4 or 5 minutes of that. 1-0 Atletico lead. Play is resumed. after quite a long break. Here's Varane. Varane slipped, but he was helped in that slip by Koke. It was a free kick to Real Madrid as a result. Sergio Ramos to Modric. Modric moves over the halfway line, left of the centre circle, finds Ronaldo, who dropped very deep. Ronaldo to Varane, and Varane can occupy the 20 yards of free space in front of him. Plays it to Bale. Bale skips away from two challenges. Ronaldo, Bale again on his left foot, slipped to Marcelo. Marcelo to the left side, low cross in. Oh, missed by Courtois. Still in play. Ball takes back, and this time Courtois catches it.
What a fantastic ball by Di Maria. They worked the ball ever so well. Real Madrid 1-2 touch, get it wide, and Di Maria hits it first time as it comes out. Oh, you need somebody in there. That is a glorious ball.
Courtois with the clearance over the halfway line. Adrian Lopez jumps, doesn't win it in the air, but it's out of play for a throw into Real, taken quickly by Carvalho to Gareth Bale, down this near touchline, the right, being hustled by two Atletico players and beaten by two Atletico players. The clearance goes though to Varane on the halfway line for Real, to Marcelo. Marcelo steps forward. 6 minutes to go. 1-0 for Atletico. There's the cross, took a slight deflection. Ronaldo hit the ball back. It's inside the 6-yard box, or at least it was. Half played now. Sergio Ramos picks it up. Isco to the far side. All-out pressure on the Atletico defence. Ball played into the near post towards Bale. Headed behind by the defender, corner.
Godin, he's heads it away, but he's going to stay down now. He's trying to run the clock down. They are on the last legs of Atletico Madrid. And they've been putting that ball in the box, particularly from the left. Ronaldo heads it back across. What a challenge. I thought Marcelo was a simple head-up goal. Just gets in, blocks him.
Well, Real have the incentive at least of attacking the end behind which their fans are imploring an equaliser. 5 minutes left on 5 Live and the World Service. 1-0 Atletico lead Real. Substantial added time at the end of the game though. Corner played in weakly. Run away by David Villa for Atletico, and then it's given back. Modric moving forward, hoping to perhaps get a foul challenge on him, but his pass was wasted by Carvalho. And here's Gavi, the skipper, who's had an outstanding game for Atletico Madrid, running the ball over the halfway line, and still the pressure on David Villa though. Only wins the ball courtesy of a foul tackle. Free kick to Real, taken hurriedly. Sergio Ramos flicks it to Marcelo on the far side of the field. Ronaldo's running through the inside left position. Took a deflection off a defender. I wouldn't have been surprised if Ronaldo had been offside. Anyway, it's cleared upfield by Atletico Madrid. Adrian Lopez used his hand to control the ball. Free kick Real. It's breathless. Free kick. Play to Modric. Modric goes down. Now, Ronaldo might fancy this one. The ball's lashed away by, was it Thiago? It's another yellow card. I'm not quite sure who. Koke. So, free kick is to the left. Where's that man Ronaldo? He's inside the penalty area. That's where he is. Di Maria will take the free kick. How many players representing Atletico in their penalty area? I'll tell you how many, it's easy. All 11 of them. 4 minutes to go of regular time. Di Maria. Free kick in towards the near post, headed away by Thiago. Di Maria again from the headed clearance on the far side. Real left, swings the ball in, hits a defender, goes behind, goal kick. Well, I thought it hit a defender, but clearly it didn't. It was just a miss kick.
Miss kick runs out. It's advertising from, it looked like a corner. Yep. And
big smile on the face of Diego Costa went away when he saw that decision. Well, they tried to make him fit. He wasn't. He lasted 9 minutes, but it's still, at the moment, looking like an historic evening for Atletico Madrid, who lead Real Madrid, their incredible rivals in the same city, by a goal to nil. 3 minutes of the regular 90 to go.
Ramos is actually playing centre forward now.
Marcelo swings the ball high towards Isco, not Isco in the penalty, Morata. Morata fouls the defender, and it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid, and they'll be very happy with that. Oh, no, now they're going to get worked up. Sergio Ramos, unhappy about the time being taken by Atletico to take the free kick, and it certainly wasn't in the D, the offence. But anyway, that's where Courtois will take the free kick. Eventually. Who can blame them? Running down time as best they can. They're exhausted after a tumultuous La Liga season, which ended in success. And here's the biggest night of the season for them, here in Lisbon, and they lead 1-0. Gabby on the far side, a careful pass forward, infield it goes. Coca plays it to the right. David Villa says, get that ball in towards me. It's not coming in for him. It's cleared by Real and then smacked by Thiago high towards the far side. It must have taken a deflection because it's still in play. Juan Fran knocks it forward on the volley. Only goes to Modric. Modric plays it quickly now. Bale over the halfway line. 90 seconds remained of the 90 minutes. Bale loses the ball. He has done a great night, Gareth Bale. 3 efforts, one of them the best. His first one, all shots wide of target. Now there's a free kick to Atletico Madrid, and it's getting very heated out there.
Gareth Bale gives the ball away quite easily. And David Villa did ever so well, tracking back first and then running off with the ball and gets himself a free kick, which to me was very harsh. I didn't think it was. But there's going to be no rush now.
Simeone, I would say, looks manic, except he's like that all the time. But he's inspirational. Diego Simeone, the Argentine coach of Atletico Madrid. The players do as he asks. They succeeded in the league, and here they are in the Champions League final, succeeding. Good free kick, swung forward to Adrian Lopez. Koke into David Villa. Ex-Barcelona, remember how he'd love to win this, and he's won a free kick. And it's all time to the advantage of Atletico Madrid. And David Villa gets to his feet. He urges the fans behind the goal away to our left, urges them to show their support as if they haven't been doing that the full 90 minutes, David. Free kick.
He's played well, Villa. He's put a shift in and he's used the ball well when he's had it. He's always been a threat.
5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes. I'm not surprised. I mean, Atletico slowed things down, and there've been the substitutions. And here's Sousa to take the free kick. It's only 3 or 4 yards outside the Real penalty area. It's to the left as Atletico look at it. Casillas has made one error tonight, caught in no man's land for the goal. It's swung in the free kick straight at the Real captain, who catches and rushes forward towards the edge of the penalty area into added time here in Lisbon. The long clearance headed on by Ronaldo, driven away by Thiago, high into the crowd on the far side of the field. Another ball quickly thrown out to Real's aid so they can get the throw-in taken and into play. The crossfield pass to Carvalho, near side, the right. In now to Isco, forward to Modric, just to the right of the centre circle. Isco's available again. Isco takes it up, swings the pass towards the left side, towards Marcelo, who used his hand surely to control the ball, but the referee was in a good position and decided no, he used his chest. Isco again. 4 minutes of added time remaining. Isco chips it forward, taken on the chest by Morata. Back it comes, and swung to the right side. Carvalho, Real, given to all-out attack, as they must. The cross comes in from the right. The pass back to Marcelo, intercepted by Atletico. Should have been properly cleared. Instead, Modric plays it to the right side. Carvalho's cross didn't find a white shirt, and now it's cleared. And Adrian Lopez, had he brought that ball under control, was in a great position. Isco comes forward, edge of the penalty area, into the penalty area. It's with Bale. Bale can't cross it. Half cleared. Marcelo has the ball. His attempted pass forward was blocked by Atletico. Look how hard Atletico are working. Marcelo has it again. We've almost had 2 minutes of the added time. Added 5 minutes completed. Real lose the ball, and the defender smacks it away towards the far side of the field. Guess he's going to take the throw in, close to the halfway line. It's Casillas, the goalkeeper for Real, and he launches it down that left flank. In it goes to Marcelo. Chip forward. Gareth Bale has the ball. Bale drives the cross in, too deep, well defended though, and it's a header behind for a corner.
Excellent defending again. That's all we've said a lot tonight. But they've put a terrific shift in. Last 15 minutes they've come off the pace, but they've dealt with everything.
Corner taken quickly and short by Modric. Back it goes to Modric. Modric with the pass back. Isco flicks it to Gareth Bale. A shot driven in, takes a deflection. Look, time to the penalty here, and bouncing behind up a defender, is it? Yes, another corner.
I've got to say they defended so well, Atletico Madrid, even though they're on the last legs, the last 10, 12 minutes.
Some can't look, and I mean the players on the bench, not the fans. Here's Modric with a corner from the right. In there, header by Ronaldo, and it's into the net. What an equaliser! Late, is it Sergio Ramos? Sergio Ramos met that corner in the middle of his forehead. Courtois could do nothing about it. Diving to his right, the header eluded him, and with 2 minutes of added time remaining, goodness, we're back to 1974 when a draw was snatched just as victory seemed to be Atletico Madrid's in the European Cup final. Here, 2 minutes from the end of the game, it's 1-1 and we're heading for extra time.
Well, you've got to say Real Madrid are looking favourites now. They look fresher, they're moving the ball quicker. Atletico have just been playing on memory the last 10-12 minutes, and it's not like them to concede a set piece. Ramos has been excellent this year with set pieces. We saw against Bayern Munich. This time again, a little bit of movement, gets himself a yard, just makes a little bit of space, and it's a great header in the bottom corner. Courtois could not get near it. If he had someone in the post, he would have cleared that. Now what they're going to do now, Atletico Madrid.
Brilliant header, without question. Ronaldo had made an early run, but he didn't connect. Even if he attempted to connect with a header, it was Ramos behind him, and it's firmly into the Atletico net. And you know something? Since the equaliser, we haven't resumed play. Over a minute, quote, has been wasted. And Atletico will probably now think, let's just get to extra time. That's where we're headed. 40 seconds of the 5 minutes of added time left in Lisbon. 1-1 on the night now. Koke backheels the ball. Real pick it up. Real surely can't score a winner at this stage. Marcelo has it, edge of his own penalty area. Marcelo smacks it upfield. That's going to run towards Morata. Just about intercepted by Miranda. He finds Thiago, on it goes to Gavi on the far side of the field. Gavi plays it to the right side. David Villa is through the middle. He waits for the ball played in his direction. That's good work by Atletico Madrid, edge of the penalty area. Intercepted by Isco, and Isco clears it out of play for a throw into Atletico. We've had our 5 minutes of added time. It's only a question of when the referee blows his whistle. 30 more minutes of drama. That's guaranteed. The referee has ended regular time, Chris.
Well, I've got to say, for 75 minutes, Atletico Madrid deserved the lead and were the better side. Played simple football, but stopped Real Madrid from any threat they had. But the last 50 minutes, the fitness tools, they've had a hard season. And Real Madrid, with the quality they've got, did ask questions. Even though it was a set piece, it was a classic header by Ramos. And you've got to look and go at extra time. You are looking at Real Madrid as favourites now.
And it has to be said that Chris Waddle forecast a victory on penalties tonight, when all the rest thought no. 1-1 into extra time.
Well, I think Diego Simeone is one of those coaches. There are a few around who never miss a trick, and after the players had set themselves up for the start of extra time, Simeone actually went across to the referee and had a chat with him and ended up shaking hands with him. So Ancelotti stands with his hands in his pockets. Always fascinating to watch the two managers during that period before extra time, what they do. And I was watching closely Simeone in that very tight huddle that Atletico Madrid were in, and he was so animated, and the orders were being barked out by him in there to players individually and collectively. And then Ancelotti did the same sort of thing with Real Madrid, but the same sort of thing, but not quite Simeone. So the extra time is underway in this Champions League final here in Lisbon in the Estadio de Luz. People are still taking their seats and notice after that little break. And Atletico Madrid with a throw-in inside their own half. Real Madrid, this is how they are now. Casillas, Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Marcelo. Free kick to Real Madrid, 10 yards inside their own half. So Marcelo now at left back, midfield of Modric, Isco and Di Maria, Ronaldo, Bale and substitute Morata, and the Atletico Madrid side in a moment. Real in possession, Real who have the wind in their sails just now to continue the maritime metaphors that started this Champions League final with the opening ceremony as Modric hits a poor ball through, overhits it through for a goal kick. Atletico Madrid with Courtois, Juanfran, Godin, Miranda, and now Alderweireld at left back. Felipe Luis is off. Midfield of Jose Sosa, Thiago, Gavi, Koke, Villa and Adrian. Well, the noise is terrific, and now the noise is coming from those in white to our right. After that equaliser in the 3rd minute of added time from Sergio Ramos. How cruel for Atletico Madrid, but how desperate for Real Madrid it was. They had to find it, and they did. And here's Ronaldo, now to Morata, who is shrugged off the ball by Miranda, who pops it out of play. And now Simeone is remonstrating again with the referee, jumps out of his coaching area, waving his arms. Throw-in is taken just next to where he stands. Modric, 10 yards inside the Atletico Madrid half. Now it's Isco who takes it on. Isco, who was signed for big money from Malaga last summer by Real Madrid. Thought at the time he might be ending up at Manchester City, but his pass is intercepted and then a foul, and it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid. Incidentally, just on money spent by these two clubs, Atletico Madrid last summer spent less on transfers than Norwich City. There's one to ponder. Free kick to Atletico. Miranda will take this. Just wait, it's a false start. Atletico have had to settle themselves, but I feel that they did that. The coach was a big part of that. Now Morata heads it up towards Ronaldo on the halfway line. Gavi with the ball out to the right here to Sosa. Sosa with his Red Sox halfway down his calves. The Argentine Sosa plays a 1-2 with Koke, and then Sosa tries to play it back to Villa on the edge of the area, but it was intercepted by Sergio Ramos, who scored that equaliser for Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos, after Godin had given Atletico a first half lead. So 1-1 in extra time on 5 Live in the World Service. Juanfran was not fouled, and Real Madrid on the counter-attack. Danger here for Atletico. Morata plays it square. Bale controls it, but in came the challenge from Godin, and it had gone for Real again.
Yeah, good opportunity. Atletico Madrid seen only going mad. I think it was a free kick. He's trying to get the game stopped as much as possible. You see his team's very tired. Bale just a slog, bad touch. He's starting to feel the pace, Gareth Bale.
I think if Real Madrid had lost this in the 90 minutes, I think the unforgiving Madrid media would have made Bale public enemy number 1 after the night that he's had. But he and Real Madrid might escape from that criticism yet. We've got a stoppage here because I presume it's Juanfran who is down after he took that.
Yeah, well, he gets back 40 yards and then sits down. It's all slowing the game down. I bet in that talk when you're watching Simeone really barking the orders, I bet he was saying, look, let's drag this game out. He knew his team's tired. Let's keep stopping the game as much as possible.
Are we saying that Atletico are playing for penalties?
Yes, 100%.
Real Madrid's players, while Juanfran eventually gets to his feet. Interesting there, the referee, Kuipers, didn't allow anyone on to give Juanfran treatment. He knew their game, the referee. So it's a throw-in to Real Madrid. Out on the right-hand side. Modric. Forward towards Ronaldo. Still time yet for Ronaldo to put his stamp on this Champions League final. Remember, he did score in the Champions League final in his Manchester United days, in the Moscow final. Here's Modric. Now to Di Maria here on the left. Di Maria's ball into the penalty area, straight towards Miranda. Thought some of Atletico Madrid's defending in that last quarter of the game was absolutely outstanding.
It's just a matter of time though, Joe. You can't keep doing it. You've got to get higher up the field, but unfortunately, physically they couldn't do it.
Di Maria. Now to Sergio Ramos, who's surging forward again. Sergio Ramos just gives a square ball towards Isco, and then Isco exchanges passes near the edge of the area. Isco moving forward again, just lays it back behind him to Modric. Now Marcelo is there with that frizzy black hair of his. Ball played back towards the halfway line to Sergio Ramos. Square from Marcelo to Modric. Modric now 25 yards out. Modric with a run towards the edge of the box, but Thiago gets the ball away from Modric, and then it's played up towards Villa, who is shrugged off the ball by Sergio Ramos, and now Isco again. Atletico do look tired now, I must say. Ronaldo's going to shoot from distance, but he slips as he does so and sends it well wide for a goal kick, and it is 1-1 in the first period of extra time. Chris Waddle.
You've got to say Real Madrid look a bit brighter, don't they? They've got a bit more pace to them. They've got a little bit more. There's another Atletico Madrid player getting treatment for cramp, and it comes on them. It's, you know, they're saying they're wasting time, but they've put such a shift in.
Yes, so another stoppage, but again, the referee is just standing there and making his teammates deal with Koke's cramp. So 1-1 it is. It's been an intense night, hasn't it?
Well, it was, listen, there wasn't a lot of chances. It was very competitive, especially from Atletico Madrid, the way they play, 100 mile an hour, in your face. And eventually they ran out of steam, and Real Madrid, 2 set pieces, 2 corners, 2 goals tonight.
Yep. Zinedine Zidane, one of Carlo Ancelotti's assistants, another one of the all-time greats, is just standing there in the coaching area with Ancelotti. Of course, Paul Clement will be down there as well. The English link on the night's event, Paul Clement, having been one of Carlo Ancelotti's assistants at Chelsea. Now here's Marcelo on the left-hand side. Marcelo to the edge of the area to Di Maria. Now back to Marcelo into the penalty area. Red and white shirts getting back in now. Only half cleared by Miranda. Still rattling around inside the box. And eventually it's cleared away by Miranda from near the penalty spot. Could have gone anywhere.
Marcelo's come on. Di Maria's had a decent game tonight. He's always looking to get balls in the box. Marcelo's got a lot of energy. Come on as a substitute.
So 1-1 it is. 5 live in the World Service. Deep into the night now in Lisbon. It's dark above. Floodlights shining down from all parts of the roofs of the Estadio de Luz. Here's Isco. Out to the right-hand side to Bale. Bale turns and then takes on the defender and then to the byline. And Alderweireld managed to do enough, and it bounced back onto Bale and through for a goal kick to Atletico.
Well, it's just all Real Madrid. It's a bit like a training ground exercise where you defend and say, can you score? Because Atletico Madrid are not doing anything going forward at all.
But again, in this sort of situation, you have to look to Ronaldo, Bale as the players who might provide that.
Isco. There's a couple of players they've got. Di Maria can produce. Marcelo's getting forward very well.
Marcelo again now, and Gabi in with a challenge. Well, it was a sort of one of those scissor challenges, wasn't it? And as a result, it's a yellow card for the Atletico captain, Gabi. And a free kick to Real Madrid, very much left of centre, about 3 or 4 strides away from the left corner of the box. So the angle is quite acute here for Ronaldo, as I'm sure it will be. Bale is there as well, but Ronaldo is already lining this up. The referee is speaking to Ronaldo.
Well, he had one first off from a similar position which he hit straight, and it's good how they do this, Atletico Madrid. They don't really have a wall, they have 2, and then a gap, and then 1. So the keeper can stand in the middle of the goal.
Big strides back from Ronaldo, who stands with feet wide apart. Wall now organising itself. Koke is lining it up with Courtois, and then Koke joins the wall. 5-man Atletico wall. No, Koke is peeled away. 4-man wall. Ronaldo's free kick hits the top of the wall and bounces wide off Gabi. And Ronaldo actually turns away in frustration that he wasn't able to get it over the top.
No, he said it was a handball. He's saying it's a handball.
It's his elbow.
He's saying it's a handball, and that's why he's going mad with the referee.
Yeah. And he's been just waved away. So it's a corner to Real Madrid, in towards Bale at the near post, but cleared away by Atletico out towards the right-hand side, the far side from where we sit here. It's 1-1. Modric now moves infield. Modric, but is blocked on the edge of the box by Godin, and Godin then runs into trouble into Isco. Atletico still with it, and it's played away up the left-hand side towards Dia, who was caught there. It's a free kick after that challenge on Koke, it was on the far side, and it wasn't a million miles away.
Well, I think it's not going to take a lot for players to go down, John, tonight. I think it's going to be basically Atletico, especially. They're just going to try and play it out. If you get a hold of it, just get out the park. They're not going to commit no bodies forward. They haven't got the legs. They possibly want to, but they haven't got the legs.
Real Madrid's supporters waving their scarves, twirling them above their heads to our right, and Atletico just take the free kick down the left flank, and it bounces out of play for a throw-in to Real. They really are. They're out on their feet, Atletico here. And Varane now leaps and heads the ball away. And Sosa volleys it out towards the left-hand side, where Adriana's beaten in the air, cleared away by Carvajal. Carvajal was one of those players who I thought was struggling a little on the Real Madrid side at the break between the 90 minutes and extra time. And indeed, Atletico have won themselves a throw-in 10 yards away from the Real Madrid corner flag on the far side. So the throw will be taken by Alderweireld, who is on a go slow over there, the Belgian. He's backed up to the advertising hoardings, and here is the throw-in into the area, straight to Varane, who just volleys it out of play nearer the halfway line. And it'll be another throw to Atletico. Ancelotti continues to move from foot to foot. Of course, it could be a double for Real Madrid as well, after their victory in the Copa del Rey, memorably on the night when Gareth Bale had arguably his best night so far for Real Madrid, with that amazing goal to win it. But 1-1 we're level at in the first period of extra time. Atletico play it down into the right back area, but Varane just whacks it up in the air. Sergio Ramos comes across, misses his header, and then an overhead kick away, which seems to have entertained the Real Madrid supporters. Gavi now drives it forward, but shows too much of it to Carvajal, and Carvajal couldn't keep it in. He's conceded a corner. That was careless.
Well, the guy on the line, on the goal line, looking across, he did not make any gesture that would gone out of play. He was reading the programme at the time.
Corner to Atletico. Well, it's a set piece. It's an Atletico Madrid set piece. Watch out Godin, watch out Miranda. Where are you? Here it is, delivered in towards the near post, but the delivery for once from Atletico Madrid from the set piece from the corner wasn't good enough, and it was easily cleared at the near post.
Just needed a good delivery away from Casillas and let the two centre-halves attack it.
And a second Atletico goal now would be a massive shock, which doesn't mean to say it's not going to happen. We've got just over a minute of the first period of extra time to go, plus whatever added time there will be. And there might be a minute or so. Here's Gavi though for Atletico, couldn't find the pass through, straight at Carvajal. And now again it's Atletico who might be able to create something. The cross over the top of Koke, headed away by Sergio Ramos. Comes out to Ronaldo, who just played it past Juan Fran, who put in the challenge, and it is a free kick. Juan Fran, who has been booked in the game, by the way. And the Real Madrid players are round about in there. The referee, I think, just pointing out that Juan Fran was on a yellow card.
I think he was a bit harsh. He never touched him. He pulled out, actually. Ronaldo knew what was happening. Got the free kick.
He did. Real Madrid take it. Fourth official is down there, about to show us how much time there will be added on at the end of this first period of extra time. Still 1-1, 5 Live in the World Service. More football on 5 Live tomorrow from 3 o'clock. You'll hear the Leyton Orient Rotherham playoff final. That's on 5 Live after the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 Live Sport tomorrow afternoon. Here's Marcelo now. Marcelo to Di Maria. Di Maria finds a little ball to Modric. Marcelo with a touch. Di Maria into the penalty area. Back to Marcelo. Modric now on his right foot. And then poor touch on the edge of the box by Morata, and that meant that Alderweireld could turn and clear it away. Anywhere will do, out of play for a throw on the right. 1 minute of added time we're playing at the end of this first period of extra time. Throwing is taken to Modric. Modric to Bale. Bale wasn't able to find the pass back out to the right hand side, and Atletico just clear it down into the Real Madrid half. Should say as well that Edwin van der Sar will be on Sports Week in the morning as well to talk about this final and other matters goalkeeping. Manchester United, I'm sure, with Jonathan Ledgard after 9 o'clock. Edwin van der Sar among Jonathan's guests. Real Madrid now with it on the right hand side. Cross in deep towards Morata, but it's headed away and behind actually for a Real Madrid corner. Came off the head of Sosa. So a corner to Real Madrid in added time at the end of the first period of extra time. Di Maria with the delivery. Here it is, left-footed, and it's headed down, but straight at Courtois.
Oh, Varane, there's a great one. Who's that running on? Simone's running on.
Simeone is running onto
what's
the
he
field,
doing?
and he's running on to keep his players away from the referee. And Simeone is continuing a discussion with the ref. Well, just a few sharp words, and then turns away. And one or two players are gathered around again. Atletico Madrid players. Real Madrid having nothing to do with this. This is all Atletico. Well, what was that about?
I don't know. He just ran across the pitch and he saw his players going towards the referee. I think it's a couple of decisions.
Could it be the fact that the referee has not allowed the medical people on to see to the Atletico players?
No, I don't think it was. I think they weren't happy with the Ronaldo tackle on one Fran. There was a couple of other little challenges they were moaning about. It's all main games, John.
It is, yes. And it is 1-1. Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Halfway through extra time, Will. Or indeed, Alan.
Well, the Simeone stuff before extra time, John, I mean, the spin we can put on that. I just looked at the Argentine and I thought, that's sort of classic Mourinho, isn't it? You know, he runs on. I just want to say before extra time, you've had a fabulous game, referee. Absolutely fabulous. Not said with any sarcasm, but in an effort to try to make sure that he doesn't make an absolute ricket against Atletico in extra time. But anyway, there we are. And of course, we're supposed to turn around straight away, and they don't. They never do that. It's like before the penalties, we'll have quite an interruption before the penalties. I am assuming penalties, Chris.
Well, I did call it. I still think if anybody's going to nick it in this last period, it's going to be Real Madrid.
Well, they're both grouped in huddles now. Real's quite seemly. That's into the centre circle. They move away, not the jumping up and down from the Atletico huddle that we had before extra time. Nevertheless, Simeone will have issued further instructions, and he'll just try to be keeping his players alert mentally, because he knows that most of them are shot to pieces physically, and they've got to keep on going. They still have a chance.
Well, it's main games now. It's telling the players, you know, you're 15 minutes away from being whatever, and you get this goal, we can get it, we're fitter than them, and it's everything what goes through their heads. But there's no way of getting away with it. There's about 9 players of that Atletico Madrid team absolutely done in.
I do think, though, there are a number of the Real players that are suffering equally.
I think Gareth Bale is. I think
Bale is. So
right
is
back is. I think Carvajal is the right back. I think I've seen him. He's getting cramped. I know you're saying he's been the best player in the park for you today, Gabby, but for me, Sergio Ramos has been the best player in the park.
He scored the equaliser 3 minutes into 5 minutes of added time at the end of the 90. And here is Gavi from the restart, playing it towards the left side to Adrian Lopez. He's easily beaten. First of all by Carvajal, and now taken up by Real. He's gone down clutching his face. That was Gareth Bale. Get up, Gareth. None of that nonsense from a British player. Now Marcelo runs forward. Marcelo left of the Atletico penalty area. Tackle, ball squirts out of play. It's going to be a throw in to Real Madrid. I hate that. You know, when any player reacts as if he's been clattered in the face. Ball goes into the Atletico penalty area. Almost fell for Morata. It's cleared, though, towards the near side of the field. Atletico have the ball. Adrian Lopez to his captain, Gavi. Adrian Lopez again. Goodness, he looks tired, but he's still running down the left flank, encouraging the tackle from Isco. Ball goes out of play, and they haven't made up their mind who the throw-in goes to yet. Not even sure the referee indicated. But it's going to be an Atletico throw-in. Simeone helped him with that decision.
He's just throwing the ball away, Simone, though. It comes to him, takes it off the ball boy and throws it away.
He's looking for penalties. Alderweireld, the left back for Atletico Madrid, the substitute, throws it down the left flank. Real quickly resume possession. They've had most of the play in extra time, most of the play in the second half. That's a good ball forward to Marcelo on the far side of the field. Couldn't quite bring the ball under control at first attempt. Now he's forward, moving, finds Ronaldo just outside the D. Ronaldo forced to run wide for the moment. Now checks, he's on his right foot, flicks the ball back to Di Maria. Di Maria swings it across, hits a defender. Real fans appeal for handball, not given. Gavi clears to the far side, and it's run forward by Koke. He runs out and presents it. Real have it back, the momentum is theirs. Ball's inside the centre circle. Isco to Marcelo, who's made quite an impact since he came on as a substitute. Now on the right side, Carvajal rather. Carvajal to Gareth Bale. Bale, level with the edge of the Atletico penalty area. Moving in from the right side. The pass was poor from the Welshman again. He's had an evening to forget, without question. He can still rescue it if he scores the winner. Ball is back now with Sergio Ramos. Ramos trying to find Bale. Pass was under hit. Gavi takes it forward. Gavi falls over. He wasn't fouled. We're going to get a lot of that in the remaining minutes. Now Modric confirmed, takes a deflection. Courtois saves easily.
Yeah, there's not. You've just got to say, Real Madrid seem to have 3 or 4 players who still have a lot of energy and are decent on the ball. Atletico are just really, they want to blow now.
Courtois with the clearance, high towards the far side of the field. Definitely a push in the back of the Atletico player, and it's a free kick to Atletico Madrid. That was signalled by the assistant. So at least the assistants are awake, unlike the men on the goal line. You can tell I'm against that. I mean, that was a piece of nonsense thought up by Platini to try to do away with technology, the use of technology. Case unproven, Michel. Free kick for the foul by Sergio Ramos. Gavi's going to take it when Di Maria retreats far enough. We've only got 11 and a half minutes of extra time remaining. Gavi's going to swing it in from the right side. Here he comes, there it goes, into the penalty. Oh, good jump by Godin inside the box, but the header didn't find the goal, unlike his earlier effort. Casillas hurriedly played the ball forward. Bale can't bring it under control. He gets exhausted, Gareth Bale, but he's got a throw in after the defender put the ball out of play. Goodness gracious, Juan Fran's limping in the penalty area. He's out on his feet, like most of his colleagues. Otherworld, no excuse for him. He's a late substitute. He comes forward, flicks the ball into the centre circle. Adrian Lopez to the far side of the field, and Gavi runs forward. Not Gavi, Sousa forgot to take the ball with him initially, and then when he did make contact with it, lost control, and he's stuck with Casillas. It's going to be very untidy the remaining 10 minutes. Mistakes will happen. Will it be a critical one in the goal mouth areas? Look where Ronaldo is, in the left back position at the moment, passing back to Casillas. Casillas' clearance wasn't great, but Thiago couldn't control the ball, and it's with Di Maria on the far side of the field. Bale's running through the middle. Di Maria running in towards the penalty area, into the penalty area, shoots, great save, Bale's there, Bale has the winner! Gareth Bale has the winner in the Champions League final. He squandered 3 great opportunities, all with his foot, his left foot, but this time his forehand plunged the ball into the net. Real Madrid 2, Atletico Madrid 1.
Well, I always thought it would be Real Madrid. They just seem to have that little bit more energy. Atletico got stretched out. They were pressing the ball too hard. He should have left it. They broke. And Di Maria did ever so well. Maybe should have scored himself when he got through. He hits it. It's a good save by Courtois. But Gareth Bale, as you said earlier, Alan, had a night to forget. He's had 3 glorious chances. He's given the ball away on many occasions, but he's stuck at it. And he's there at the far post to head it in, and it's a good header. He has to get it, and he just gets it in the top corner. 2-1.
And all these Spanish-based press are all screaming, rewrite, rewrite, rewrite. Bale's the hero, after all. Only with the goal, folks. Don't forget the earlier performance. Anyway, who'll be wasting time now? 9 minutes to go. And Real players, that's Carvajal, who's down receiving treatment at the moment. Atletico want to restart the game. Real in no hurry.
It's strange how it changed, isn't it? They didn't want to start the game, did they? Atletico went all winning when it stopped like this, when they had cramp down here. He didn't want to stop the game then, did he, Simone? Now he's moaning.
In the celebrations after the goal, John Murray points out to me that Zinedine Zidane and Xavi Alonso both joined in the celebrations. Well, perhaps it's premature. There are still 8 minutes plus added time left of extra time. Chris Wall's shaking his head.
I think
because Atletico,
if they go for it, they'll get another one. If they go for it, look, they're going for it. They've got 5 up front. Real Madrid, they'll get another one.
Well, they restarted the game there, Atletico, and then were furious that the referee called them back because he hadn't blown his whistle. So again, a huge interval as the goal was scored by Real. Ball played forward into the Real penalty area. I think David Villa thought he was fouled, but he wasn't.
Well,
Actually, Varane had his arm around him.
well, he goes down too easy for me. We're getting another replay of the goal, and it is a good header by Gareth Bale. It goes right in the top corner, and I mean right in the top corner.
I always said he was useless with his feet and great with his head.
He may say after, listen, that was one of the worst games of my life, but I scored the winning goal.
Absolutely. It seems halfway through the second period of extra time, Modric just belted the ball upfield. Free kick had been awarded. He wasted time, and the referee ignored it. And the Atletico players are, in my view, rightly furious at that. Free kick Atletico, taken eventually by Gavi. Takes the return pass. Juanfran can't even walk. Gavi hits the ball high into the Real penalty. Out come Casillas, doesn't get it. Here's a chance for Thiago. Hits it over the crossbar.
I've got to say, Casillas, when he's come off his lane, he is an absolute nightmare tonight for them, for that back four. And when he gets it to Thiago, just side foot it. Just punch it towards the goal. You're not going to score with a volley with your laces in that position. No chance. Just punch it towards the goal.
Oh well. And they still haven't taken the goal kick. Real Madrid. Casillas was at fault again. He's smiling. The end to the left is relatively silent. That's where the Atletico fans are. To the right, jubilant celebrations by Real Madrid supporters. Their team 1-0 down, going into the 4th minute of added time at the end of the regular 90, and now they lead by 2 goals to 1. 6 minutes left of extra time. Then there'll be added time again. Goal kick to Real Madrid. And many of the staff, the playing staff of Atletico Madrid now cannot look. They cannot watch. Diego Costa in particular sits disconsolate, substituted after 9 minutes of the game because he lacked full fitness. Atletico play the ball into the Real half, only temporarily. It's slipped to the near side and Bale plays it on. It's run forward by Morata. Morata tackled, ball's out of play. It's going to be a throw into Real Madrid. Morata's not rushing to his feet. Miranda trying to encourage Real to get on with it. He's got no chance of that. Carvajal is going to take the throw in. Look, he's 50 yards away and he hasn't even broken into a trot. Now calling Dawes, that's Isco. 5 minutes remaining. Isco with a throw in. 5 yards from the corner flag, deep inside the Atletico half. The throw goes to Morata. He loses it very easily. Miranda takes it off them. Morata makes a challenge. Miranda beats him again. And it's cleared upfield by Thiago over the halfway line. Marcelo with a good header to the far side of the field. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo running towards the Atletico penalty area. Doesn't seem any need to rush further forward. Far better just to keep possession. Dazzling with the skills on the far side of the field. Tackle, ball breaks back over to Di Maria. For Real. He gives it away. That's so careless. Thiago up to the halfway line. Looks like a foul by Carvajal. Carvajal certainly conceded the free kick on the halfway line inside the centre circle. 4 minutes to go. It's a set piece. They're capable, Atletico, from a set piece. Miranda goes forward. Godin goes forward. The free kick's played towards Godin, the Uruguayan. He heads it down, edge of the penalty area, cleared by Bale. And now they can run it forward here. Isco for Real Madrid over the halfway line. Bale's on the overlap. Isco doesn't find him. He's tackled by Gavi and loses the ball. Godin stays forward. The central defender slips it in towards Thiago, edge of the D. Tried to play in a collie. Headed away by Real Madrid. Marcelo to the near side and Modric to Bale. Acres of room down the near side of the field. They've got a man over here, Real. It's played in now to Morata. Marcelo's with him. Morata to Ronaldo in the penalty area. Ronaldo onto his right foot. Slips. Plays the ball back. It's still there for Real. Marcelo. Goodness, the passes from both sides. What is going? Look how many players they kept back, Real.
Well, the Atletico is 5 can't get back. They want to get back, but they can't run.
3 minutes of extra time remaining. Marcelo runs forward. There's a big gap. Marcelo edge of the penalty area. Shoots. Beats Courtois. That's knocks it over. 3-1 to Real Madrid. They are champions for the 10th time. The staff celebrate on the pitch. It is Vladislavov.
Yes, they've been unfortunately the legs have gone. There's 5 players in a red white shirt could not get back when they broke Real Madrid. Marcelo went through. First time they could have done better. Second time it comes back on. It just opens up for him. He hits it nice and firm along the ground. Courtois gets his hand. We can't keep it out. Game over.
Look, away to our left. We can understand why they're celebrating to our right, the Real fans. Every single Atletico Madrid fan applauding. They're applauding their side's contribution tonight. Yes, they're going to lose. They're going to lose, but they were so close to victory. 1974 rewritten. Goodness gracious. Modric, he can't believe it. He looks above the roofs of the stands here in the Stadio de Luz. Real will win the European Cup. Now, they're taking an age to get the game restarted. Eventually the referee blows his whistle because the Real players hadn't retreated from their celebrations into their own half. But it's 3-1 now. It's too late for Atletico Madrid. And who knows, Real could easily go on to score a fourth, which would be cruel.
It will be, but they are really done in. And for 75 minutes you would have definitely said they had one hand on that cup. They dominated. They didn't give Real Madrid any space, any time. But the legs went, and Real Madrid have got quality in the side.
Free kick for Real. Carvajal takes it, smacking it away towards the far side of the field. And Ronaldo comes forward. Ronaldo approaching the penalty area, into the penalty area. Ronaldo still going, falls over, he's given a penalty! He's decided it's a penalty kick. My goodness.
Tired legs. Tired legs. What Real Madrid are good at is running with the football.
Is it a yellow card and a red card?
Oh, yellow. Yeah, folded.
Well, he's one of the defenders who hasn't been booked. We thought it was all over. This will make it definite. Ronaldo, surely on the penalty spot, to score his 17th goal in the Champions League this season in just 11 games. It's a remarkable return. The referee telling the Atletico players not to go forward. Ronaldo comes forward, and as Courtois went to his right, Ronaldo's shot went to his left. Ronaldo shrugs off his shirt, celebrates in front of the Real Madrid fans, and Atletico Madrid have lost here in Lisbon. Real triumphant.
Well, people look at the result and they'll say they must have got a hammer, and it's not that case, but they just ran out of legs. And you give Real Madrid credit, they stuck at it, they got the reward, and once went extra time, there was only going to be one winner.
Well, I do think at this stage, when the game restarts, the referee should blow his whistle. Never mind any mucking
No, of course
around
he should now, because I'll tell you why, they may get another one.
the way things are going. Was Ronaldo booked for taking his shirt off? He was.
Yes, he was.
It was a very good penalty. Assured. No need to blast it. Just place it. He knew the goalkeeper would commit himself. He did, the young Belgian, and Ronaldo's shot beat him. Sergio Ramos, your man of the match, Chris?
Oh, most definitely for me. I thought it was. I think he's been outstanding the whole game. Now, Villa squaring up to Varane. Why? I don't know why. The game obviously, but why is everybody on the pitch?
Hold on a second. Oh, Simeone's on the pitch. Now, he's no right to be on the pitch here. The Argentine coach. And who's he going for? Goodness sake, he's going for Varane. This is a terrible end to a Champions League final. Really is awful. And Simeone is trying to be held back by the referee. He won't listen to the referee. And now Di Maria is over there with his fellow Argentine on opposing sides. But Di Maria is saying to Simeone, please just leave it. Just leave it. Don't make it worse. Don't make it worse. He's incensed, Simeone. I know not why. Maybe it was something, away from our attention that provoked that scene between Villa and Varane. As Simeone reacted, surely they've got to get him off the pitch. And his number 2, by the way, if he ran on the pitch, I'd just let him get on with whatever he was going to do.
He just blow for time.
The incredible Hulk. well, we can't finish this Champions League final because there are so many people on the pitch
Yellow
who
card.
shouldn't be on the pitch.
Varane, yellow card.
Yellow card for Varane.
By the way, when Ronaldo got tripped up, I think it was Gabby who tripped him up.
In which case Gabby could have been red carded.
Exactly.
Because he'd earlier been yellow carded. But he wasn't. And I've lost count of the number of yellow cards we've had in the game. Too many. Too many. And the interruption between the scoring of that fourth goal for Real Madrid and the restart is amazing. I'm counting 17 minutes and 50 seconds of time played in the second period of extra time. And will they play any more out of time? Surely not. Just blow your whistle, referee. The game has restarted. And Atletico had the ball. Godin smacks it goalwards. And there is the final whistle. And Real Madrid players fall on their knees in celebration. They were close to losing in added time at the end of the 90 minutes. Then Ramos headed the equaliser, and since then it's been all Real, and it's finished here in Lisbon. Real Madrid 4, Atletico Madrid 1.